Hello? Are we good? I think we're okay. Hello? Can you hear me? What's going on? Welcome. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's get this started like we're supposed to. This should be live. And if we are working, please tell me in the comments below in the chat. But this should be the first official live stream of the Watch Report. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Get excited. We're here. I told you we are going to make it happen. And we made it happen. Hello and welcome, everybody, to the first ever live stream of the Watch Report with me, Jean-Luc Watch. Yes, we got ourselves not a show. We got ourselves an event. Oh, a mega event. NAOYA versus TJ Doheny is here and now, in the fight card is officially underway. You're gonna be able to listen to me break down the fights, interact with you, talk about topics in between said fights, in between rounds, potentially. Oh, we have so much to do, so much in store, and I can't wait to do it with you all right here on this, I guess, on this live commentary, on this momentous night for this channel. This is going to be special, trust and believe, and we're going to make it happen. Again, please, if anything's going wrong, let me know in this live stream. This is the first time we doing this. I want to make sure I get this right, and if I get it wrong, I need to be notified, because this is a one-man show. We try to make this as clean as possible, but we're going to do what we can at 6 o'clock in the morning. We had some technical difficulties getting on here, hence why we're starting at 6 instead of 5 o'clock. But still, the point still stands. We are still going to make this the best show that you've ever seen in all of the combat sports globe and in the media world in general. Oh, we're going to have ourselves a time. I got my coffee, I got my drink, and we going to do what we do best, which is watch and enjoy, as we got so much in store. With the first Friday night, who is it? Diego Higa is back on the card in the co-main event, on the getting ready to come up and fight, and it's going to be, ooh, that's some good coffee. Ooh, boy, talk about, I needed that. My gosh, I'm hyped up for the fight, but I needed that. But yeah, Diego Higa, a very prominent, incredibly strong boxer, going up against, I think, what's his name? Yoshi Takeki, excuse me, that's his name. Yes, for the WBO bantamweight title. Now, both of these people are incredibly strong, dominant knockout savants. I believe Yoshiki is 9-0, 8 KOs. I believe Higa is 22, I think 22-1, 22-3, somewhere around that range, but about 18 or 19 KOs. So we're going to be looking for a very, if this is correct, and the stats that ESPN is showing on the fight card, right? Oh, it's going to be a knockdown drag out brawl. Oh, it's going to be an incredible fight. Yep, that's what I thought. Higa 21-2-1, 19 KOs. Both of these people are going to be going for broke. It's going to, well, actually, maybe not. With the fact that it's two dominant punch again, while Yoshiki is only 9-0 with 8 KOs. Even still, it could be a situation where either we run into a firefight or we get to see a surprisingly methodical affair due to the power that both of them bring. Yes, 8-0 but already in the world title, or excuse me, 9-0 for Yoshiki but already in the world title shot, shows that this brother is legit. This ain't no fluke. Nah. This brother can crack and this brother can fight. So even with maybe with the perceived inexperience that it will bring to the table, oh no, it's still going to be, hey, I could take you out. Again, we saw it with Madrimov. Ismail Madrimov, when he won the title before his fight with Terrence Crawford. Hey, the brother was what, 10 fights in? That was his world title fight. All with an extremely amateur background with a great pedigree. Now, granted, I don't know the backgrounds of these two fighters of that degree, but even still, this is what it seems like this type of matchup is. So it's going to be a hotly contested fight. I can't wait for it. And again, please tell me how you feel. Leave a comment. I would love to interact with you. Any questions, concerns, if problems are going on with the stream, just outright saying hi. Oh, we'll love to see it. We'll love to enjoy it. I get it. It's 6 in the morning. My gosh, it is hard. I'm telling you right now, as much energy as I got, I barely got to warm up my vocal cords trying to get ready for this whole stream. It has been a whole midnight toil and then some trying to make sure that this is going on. Now, granted, no, the champion is Takeki. My bad, excuse me. So sorry, not the challenger. The challenger is Haiga, who is 22, 2-1 with 18 KOs. The champion is Yoshiki Teki with only 9-0, 8 KOs. Already a world champion. My gosh, shoot. Oh, I didn't realize that at all. And I try to keep up. Oh gosh, I didn't realize it. I try to keep up with the other weight classes in boxing. Yeah, I know. In a way, it's the main attraction for the bantamweight and super bantamweight division. But even still, the whole division, the entire. See, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's what you have to understand. That when it comes to the bantamweight division, everybody here is incredibly skilled and incredibly excited. It is very rare that you will ever see a boring bantamweight fight or in that lower weight class of boxing. It's very rare that you'll see a boring affair. No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be action-packed. It is going to be something to behold when it comes to watching actual fights in the bantamweight division, in the lower weight class. People disrespect, or rather don't even pay attention to them due to the fact that they're small. Again, little guys. Nobody cares about the little people in the world of boxing, but it's an outright shame. Once you get to about lightweight and above, okay, now you start to get a little more notoriety. Again, the tanks of the world. Isak Cruz, though, is at 140 now. DOHENY was at 135. Ryan Garcia, most of the bigger stars or stardoms of boxing come at 130, 135 and up. Just about. It's incredibly difficult to have somebody who is coming from bantamweight to all of a sudden take the world by storm. Hence why stars aren't always as applicable, or rather always as stick proof when it comes to the world of boxing in the grander scheme of the boxing landscape. And it's a shame. It really is a shame, because you got people, again, like Takeki, who is already a champion within 9 fights. Again, it took a mighty long time, or decently amount of time, with the way he was being promoted and pushed by Floyd Mayweather at that point in time when he was under the regime, to become a champion against Pedraza, I believe, or at least beat a legitimate contender in Pedraza, then beating Leo Santa Cruz afterwards to become a champion, or at least to retain the title, if I'm remembering history correctly. One of those two things happened. But either way, it's very rare that you see somebody getting this type of extreme, my gosh, already in the spotlight when it comes to the smaller weight class. But it is still possible if crowds pay attention. It comes to a bigger question of when it comes to boxing as a whole, what makes a star a star? Is it only when they're known locally? Is it only when they're known in their national country? Or, like other people may say, is it when you're in the States? Is it when you're here in America that you really get your shine, that you really get deemed as, oh, you are legit? Now, again, there's boxers everywhere across the world. Now, I'm not talking about from a talent perspective. No, not talking about from a talent perspective. We're not talking about when somebody is facing off against a top 10 in the world. Now, that can be from anywhere, whether it's from Ukraine, Russia, U.S., Portugal, Mexico, doesn't matter. We're talking about appeal, star power. Where does that get validated? And is it only when it comes to the States, or is it when it comes to the grander scheme of the boxing world? And can you be considered a star if you don't fight in the U.S. as often? It's a hotly contested question due to the fact that when it comes to big time stars, like with Tank, like with others, we get people who they don't think that people deserve a certain type of shine until you prove it here in America. Is that right or is that wrong? Hey, I'll let you decide for that matter. But the point still stands. When you get to these, a lot of these lower weight classes are globally, spaced out. And they can be stars in their own right, beyond just people like NAOYA INOUE, who just shoot up the ladder and have an incredible appeal and almost a perfect blend of knockout power, IQ, entertainment, and just outright ring generalship. It's very rare. But even beyond that, you still could have people that are known beyond boxing if people were willing to open their eyes and be a little more understanding or a little more accepting of the fact that, one, lower weights normally have the best fights, normally have the most well-rounded level of technique when it comes to, oh, what can I do in the ring? Because if you don't have power or as much power as a heavyweight or a middleweight or a super middleweight, what do you have to do? Got to be a lot more technical. Got to have a lot more skills in your tool belt. You got to be active. Because again, everybody ain't got knockout power in the division. And if you do have power, my gosh, oh, you're a big time threat. Now, it's still, I'm not saying they can't crack. I'm not saying they're weak. No, I ain't saying that. But they have a better well-rounded manner of skills on the whole throughout the entirety of the division. Yes, everybody is identifiable with their different types of tactics. Again, Inoue's, they're incredibly forceful, incredibly aggressive, and also they're active. Other fighters, like, again, I think Haiga, who I think I've seen before, is more of a volume puncher and a body snatcher in a lot of situations. So we've seen stuff like this where you still have different identities, but the outcomes in terms of the fights as a whole look a lot more like what we used to see back in the day in the 60s and 70s when it came to always action all the time, high output, high volume, incredible, intricate, and fast thinking decisions all at the drop of a hat. It's a wonderful time to see. It's a wonderful thing to watch. It's just people normally don't pay attention to it. That's why bantamweights don't get all that level of shine and rapport. But if you pay attention, like with this fight, with Diego Haiga versus Takeki, this should show you exactly why these fights are so special. But again, they're doing intros right now. Again, Haiga, if you didn't know, 21-2 and 119 KOs, 29 years old, 5'4". He is the former flyweight champion, 3-1 and 3 KOs in his last world championship fights. And this is going to be, if he is able to squeak it out, he'll be now be, I believe, a 2-time champion and get his name bolstered up the rafters as, will he go for unified? Will he go for undisputed? Who knows, after, depending on what happens in this performance. Now, I'm interested to see Takeki. That's going to be interesting. I want to see what this butt is about as they're doing the ref rules in the middle of the ring, touching gloves, and now they're about to go. All right, this is it. Oh, boy, this is going to be exciting. Hopefully, I'm not wrong when I do this first call of, the history of the Watch Report. Live commentary coming to you right now as we move forward. Round 1 is underway. They touch gloves and we are off. Takeki in the black trunks, Haiga in the light blue, teal trunks, and Haiga's moving a whole bunch, level changing, doing a lot of head feints, trying to get Takeki to bite. We see Takeki, good gosh, Takeki is incredibly calm. He ain't falling for none of that. He is just waiting, lolling, has that lead hand out. I believe it's a southpaw based on how his stance is. Is this southpaw? Yeah, this is southpaw versus orthodox potentially. Or is it southpaw? No. Yep, southpaw versus orthodox. And right now, Takeki is looking, waiting, standing. He isn't engaging, but he also isn't falling for any of Haiga's fakes. He's going to wait for Haiga to make the first move, most likely, or shoot that jab out and see what the reaction is as he throws a jab right there. And we got our first shot of the night. And again, it is incredibly, we'll say, tentative as the fight is going on. Haiga just came in with a big combination, lunging in. Takeki got out the way, didn't even put his guard up. Good gosh. Man, I ain't never seen Takeki fight. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be interesting. This brother looks poised, primed, calm, and ready. Now, Haiga is explosive. He will close the distance quick, and he is a brother who he wants to corner you and beat you up. And he's got the length and speed to catch you and hurt you. Oh, yes, he does. Right now, it's no reveal. Takeki now takes the center of the ring, standing posthumously, looking to see what Haiga's going to do, throwing that jab out, trying to get something, more so trying to read his opponent. Most likely lands a jab right there on Haiga, trying to get the head movement down, trying to get the constant, I'm not going to say herky-jerky, but the constant active movement, check hook, that throws him off guard with the lead right hand. Another jab. Again, fights with his arms down, incredibly calm, cool, and collected as he goes. Another jab by Takeki. Haiga's got him in the corner now. What's he going to do? And he gets him back out. Not really. Good hook by Haiga. Takeki, again, still getting out the way with that low guard. Hands by his side. It's incredible. It's a dangerous tactic. It's a very dangerous. See, you got to have a different level of reaction time and outright ability to read your opponent. It's a dangerous game. People like Roy Jones Jr., again, people like NAOYA INOUE, Ali, Tyson Fury to a very lesser degree, but even still, those types of boxers, it's incredibly hard to have some type of innate distance management to the point that you can move without having to have your block up, knowing what's coming and be able to get out the way by the skin of your teeth. It's a dangerous game. Many people don't need to play, and you shouldn't play. As round one comes to an end. Oh boy, first round is a watch. Ooh, this is going to be exciting. Yes, indeed. Oh, shoot. Oh, Takeki beat Maloney. Ah, that's what it was. Takeki beat Maloney in the undercard of Inoue versus Neri. That's where this brother came from. Doggone it, I heard about somebody that won a championship and listened to him. I just didn't know who. It was him. Doggone it, I missed that fight. Shoot. I could have told a whole, my gosh. But either way, still got stuff to do. Still got fights to attend to. It was the first round. I think Higa won due to him landing one of the bigger shots of the night. Wasn't really a whole lot of action going on. A couple jabs, yeah, but outside of that, kind of, yeah, and Blodze again a feel out round with Higa trying to push the pace, but still, Takeki with him being more so more so calm and collected. Wasn't really throwing a lot. Probably about round 4, excuse me, we'll see him throwing a lot more, really upping his offensive output. We'll have to see as round 2 goes underway. About 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in the round. At least by my ESPN stream. Hopefully I'm not behind. If I'm behind, please tell me. Oh, please tell me. Let me know. Takeki now throwing out that jab a little more. Now being a little more active per se with his offensive game. Not going all out, but good hook. Good combination. Good combination. Now he's opening up. There we go. Hooks are plenty. Now back into Higa landed with a hook of his own. 2 hooks of his own. Got him on the ropes. Now they're infighting. Refs got to break it up. My gosh. Takeki, you better put your hands up as much as you can crack. Higa can crack too. You better be careful. Now we got a real fight. You have the fight starting now. Indeed. Higa's now looking to land that left hook. Takeki is trying to throw a jab and then hook on while Higa's ducking down. Oh boy, talk about action. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about when we got fights that are indeed spectacular every single time. Takeki now knows that Higa has the power. He can hurt him. He almost got dropped on that hook when he overextended with his guard down. So now he knows he needs to look out for something. Yeah, it's tantrum now. Pawing jab. Oh, good hook. Good leaping hook. Good leaping hook by Higa. Back to center. This is Takeki might lose his title as quick as he wanted if he keeps on defending like that. Again, throwing hooks. He's throwing wild. They're landing, don't get me wrong, not all of them, but they're on target at least. But the brother is, every time he throws, his hands are so far down. He's not bothering to defend himself like he needs to. He is getting put in a situation where he's going to get hurt. He's going to get caught again. If he doesn't fix it, he's got to fix it. Right now, your reaction speed is not working. Oh, good uppercut hook combination with Higa trying to counter with the hook of his own. About 30 seconds left in the round. Higa leaping in, trying to push in the pace. Now Higa's in the middle of the ring, stalking and walking, trying to pressure Takeki into the corner. Good hooks again on the inside. As they tie up again, I'm telling you, Takeki, I know you got power. I know that your hooks are landing. Yeah, they are. But if you keep going the way you're going, there is a good opportunity that you are going to get knocked out by a counter hook or a trading hook because of your low defensive stance, essentially. Ooh, boy, as the rounds end, that might be, oh boy, I think Higa took that one. Higa took that one with the more dangerous and more demonstrative shots. That's what I was looking for in this fight. It was a situation where we were seeing, I'm serious. We were seeing this brother constantly having his hands down and going in on a tear, with no remorse, or rather with no regard for trying to actively have his guard up. And see, that's the problem right there in that replay. Every time he throws, his lead hand is so far down, he is going to get caught. He is going to get tagged. Every time he threw a hook or a jab of his own in exchanges, constantly got caught. He was now see, and the ironic thing is, Takeki is throwing the right punches, but his defensive ability is so, I'm not going to say it's bad, because again, I haven't seen too much of him, but it's so reliant on reactions rather than active and proper defensive blocking and techniques as a whole. Haga, as much as Takeki may have great power, length, and an ability to be calm under pressure, he's still going to get tagged and he's going to get caught. This could be a quick reign for the new or recently crowned champion in Takeki. As round 3 starts, a minute 2:30 left in the round. Who live from Japan? Hey, wait a minute. Ty, what's up, brother or sister? Well, no, but I'm assuming brother or sister, whoever you are. Thanks for joining in on the live. We are so excited to have you here on the hottest show in all the globe. Share it with your friends and your family on this first live commentary of the Welch Report with me, Jean-Luc Welch. If you ain't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. We cover boxing and much more on this channel. I think you'll be a great fan. You got the monster by 7 rounds by KO. I have him by 5. You know, it could be in 7 apps. Actually, no, excuse me. I'm sorry. I take it back. I did a full breakdown on the show. I got Inoue by knockout in, I think I said 8. I think I said between 5 and 8 rounds. So we're about in the same boat, but you got him in 7. We'll see if it happens, if the monster holds you to it, or if we potentially will see a better knockdown, drag-out brawl than we may expect. It is going to be an incredibly hotly contested affair. But again, back to the fight, a minute 30 left in the round. Oh, good hook by Haga. My gosh. Every single time Haga is landing that lead left hook. Every single time Takeki comes on the inside, again, another left hook that lands. Takeki better get mindful. He better get mindful or he's going to get cracked and knocked out. This could be over in 5. Good uppercut by Takeki as now Haga forces him into the ropes. Clinch. Left breaks up back to the action. Minute 11 in the round. Haga now stalking Takeki. Takeki getting to the ropes. Constantly jabbing and moving, getting in, good hook. Again, another left hook. Straight and good shot to the body. Good uppercut by Takeki. And fine, clinch work by Haga. Good uppercut by Haga. I'm telling you, man, every time, it's hard. It's hard to find a better action-packed division than the bantamweight division. Every single fight, it's never failed me that something great has happened. Good hook by Takeki in a 3-hook combination. Now he's got Haga on the ropes. Haga backing up. Tables have turned now. I don't think Haga's hurt, but now again, these people, this is a big shot situation. Oh, did his knee touch? Oh, no, he ducked down. Knee didn't touch, excuse me. 7 seconds left in the round of round 3. And they stall to a standstill as the round ends. Talk about a fight, not only this action-packed, but it's filled with holes. Again, these fighters are incredibly, they're good, don't get me wrong, but I got Haga winning right now. This is a real situation where we got Haga who is constantly landing that left hook on Takeki, even though Takeki, again, is picking the right shot with that uppercut, that power uppercut that he can land on Haga every time he ducks down with that high guard. Oh, it is working, don't get me wrong, but he's looping the shot. That's the problem. Or excuse me, he's left-handed. He's looping the shot. That's the issue. When he's looping the shot, that's when we get issues, because then his lead hand, or rather the arm that's throwing, doesn't come back in time. He doesn't duck out the way. He just wants to throw, and if it lands, great. If it don't, I'm throwing again. But it's open to counters every single time. Also, please, before we even continue, please, like the video. Every like that you get, every like that you give gets this show even more popular amongst the streaming platform on YouTube. So please go on and like the video, share it with your friends and family, whoever's into boxing, so we can get this stream out, so we can get more people watching and enjoying the fights of the night in this coming event. Oh, Higa hurt him. I forgot round 4 started. 2:40 left in the round. They're infighting right now. Higa's got him on the ropes. Hooking left, right, and center. My gosh. Oh, shoot. He might have him in trouble. Hooking constantly. What is it? A 6 hook combination? Constantly. Oh, he's landing. Ref, you need to get in there. You might need to get in there. Takeki is taking a brutal amount of shots on the ropes by Higa. It is a dangerous game that Takeki is playing. I keep on telling you. Good hook by Higa. Oh, is that a knockdown? Is that a slip? Did he catch her? Oh, did he catch her? Oh, did he catch Higa? It might have been off balance, but did he catch Higa off balance with a lunging hook of his own? Maybe, I got to see the replay on that, whether that should have been called a knockdown or not. But right now, counted as a slip. 2 minutes left in the round. Takeki and Higa are going at it for the WBO Bantamweight World Championship. Takeki again, 9-0. Higa, 22-2-1. Both these people knock out savants, and it's showing true right now. We said it was going to be a barn burner and a dogfight. That's exactly what it is right now. We got now Takeki in the taking center of the ring, walking and stalking Higa now as Higa's trying to run, well, not run the ropes, and more so look to get back inside on Takeki. Again, if he keeps throwing those hooks, most likely he's going to be victorious with Higa, with what's going on right now. But Takeki, if he's not getting any offense thrown at him, that's when he's able to actually be effective. If you can throw while he's throwing, though, that's when you can have the most success. Again, 2-punch combination, uppercut and hook, blocked by Higa. Takeki still going, still ducks on the hook, catches him with a, I'll call it a sloppy hook, but still a sloppy right hook, but still landed nonetheless. Right, still going, a minute left in the round. Round 4 of this championship affair. Jab by Higa, another jab by Higa. He can't time him. Takeki right now starting to lose that timing a little, but he's showboating, taunting, trying to get him to gauge, trying to get him to make a stupid decision. It ain't happening. Again, I tell you, Takeki, he must trust his chin to kingdom come. This brother is confident. I'm not gonna call him cocky. He's confident in his abilities. Now for a good jab by Takeki. That lunging jab, almost like a lancer, almost like what's that sport? Good hook by Higa. Countering him again, it keeps on countering him. Like a fencer, that's what it is. Jabbing like a fencer with that lead right hand. As round 4 again goes down in the books, it is Higa won that round. A concurrent and a consecutive string of just outright wailing on Takeki at the start of the round really set momentum. I'm telling you, Higa with these hooks looks like Hajime no Ippo. If I'm being completely honest, looks like Ippo Makanauchi. For those who watch Hajime no Ippo, the show, the anime, a phenomenal boxing anime. If you've ever seen it, it is incredible. If you ever get a chance to watch it, please watch it, because I guarantee it is going to be worth your while. But I mean, just on the ropes relentlessly, throwing lefts and rights. It ain't a Dempsey roll, but it's the closest thing to it that we've seen on the night. It's who? Oh boy, talk about a brother who's got power and is not afraid to use it. That's what Higa is right now, and Higa currently, in my book, is winning the fight, but it still can be. One knockdown can change this whole affair, most likely tie it up. If you gave Takeki round 1 based on the lull in action. But still, round 5 goes underway. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in the round. Takeki with a good big 3-punch combination swing and misses. Fakes an uppercut. Taking him in the ring, looking to get those a jab out by Takeki. Jab out to Takeki. And good hook. Oh, he hurt him. Higa hurt him with the hook. Uppercut and the hook. Both of them trade. Takeki with an uppercut. Higa with the hook. I'm telling you, Higa is he may be taking some shots, but he's landing the more flush shots on the night. It's a consistent thing. It's a consistent thing. And again, please, if you are still in chat, go on. Respond to me. Tell me how you feel about the fight. Tell me how you feel about the night. Who you think is going to win with Inoue versus Doheny, how do you feel about Inoue and his legacy? Would love to answer those types of questions. Do you think he can reach the heights of somebody like his comparable confidant in Manny Pacquiao, or do you think he could eclipse that potentially? All that's coming up as we get to see him fight after this co-main event to defend his undisputed super bantamweight championship. Takeki with another uppercut through the guard of Haga. Good uppercut again by Takeki. That lead uppercut. That lead right uppercut from the southpaw Takeki. It is working and it is landing. Very flashy. Good jab by Haga. I'm saying if Haga just followed up, instead of looping in with that jab, attacked first with instead of trying to time the left hook with Takeki's shot. If he went and threw a shot and then automatically ducked, baiting out a counter, that could be effective. Good three-punch combination ending in the hook by Takeki. Now Haga's throwing in with the jab. Double jab again. Takeki with a lunging uppercut, straight right combo. 40 seconds left in the round. Action aplenty in this championship fight. Takeki with the jab. Again, waiting, lolling, taking centering, not moving back. Not moving back at all. Really taking a good big hook by Takeki. Big uppercut by Takeki. Uppercut straight right combination, blocked and missed by Takeki. Now Haga's on the offensive. Haga's now stuck in the middle of the ring. Haga's now trying to corner Takeki. What is he going to do? Is he going to throw? Takeki with an uppercut again, using his feet to get out the way. Landing and moving. This is what Takeki should have been doing. This is what he should have been doing to stop getting shots landing on him. Another uppercut by Takeki. And another round. And that might be a Takeki round, even though he was still taking hooks still. The brother now is starting to adapt. Now he ain't using his block at all. That's a given. But he's now using his feet and using his length. Using that with his lead right hand, because he is fighting southpaw in this fight. Throwing an uppercut to get a rangy uppercut to get between the high guard of Haga. Now we're starting to gain some momentum. Now we're starting to gain some flow. Now we're starting to gain some real ability to be able to potentially turn this fight back his way. I still got Haga winning, but again, it's still, we ain't even at the halfway point yet. This could turn around. Franklin Zuna, what's up? How you doing? Glad you joined the stream on the first ever live stream live commentary, of the Welch Report right here on YouTube with me, Jean-Luc Welch. And you say, Inoue is a once-in-a-generation fighter. Yes, he is. You better believe it. This brother is something to behold when it comes to the boxing landscape. We've rarely seen somebody with this level of totalitarian talent, IQ, power, speed, and all around just instincts. It's incredibly rare. I've compared him to Roy Jones Jr. before, but we'll talk about him after this round, because round 6 came underway. 2:30 left in the fight, clinching up. Haga doing dirty work on the inside as Takeki has him in a headlock. Again, Inoue right now is on par to be a fighter of a generation. That's what the eyes said. Knock down or slip. Takeki slipped on a lunging jab or lunging hook. Probably. But again, we'll talk about that again as the fight goes on. As we see 2:13 left in the round 6. But now I have Haga winning the fight, I believe, in his attempt to take the WBO bantamweight title again from Takeki. Good hook. Good uppercut. Good hooks again by Haga. Uppercut by Takeki. Action picking up again. Good double hook by Haga. Both of them land as he clinches up. I'm telling you, Haga continually is landing those great hooks on Takeki, because Takeki is only using head movement and only relying on his chin. Nothing else. And appreciate it. Franklin, thank you for joining it. Hey, I'm glad to do it. I've been saying I was going to do this for a while. I tried to do it with the Neri fight in terms of the live stream, but stuff wasn't working like I wanted it to, and I value quality over anything else when it comes to providing you, the people, entertainment and fun. And now that we got stuff worked out, we're able to see it right now as uppercut lands by Takeki. 1 minute 10 left in round 6. Haga with a great right hand on Takeki. Takeki with uppercut on against the the ropes. Haiga is now stalking and walking. Another uppercut by Takeki. Hooked by Haiga as they clinch up. Minute left in this fight. One of the better rounds of the entire night, which isn't saying much because every round has been just about as exciting as the next. Now Takeki again moving around, using his feet, trying to get off the ropes. Haiga now stalking and walking. What is he going to do? Uppercut back at Takeki, the favorite punch of the night. Again, doesn't land. Now infighting. Dirty work by Haiga. Hooks are plenty by Haiga. Now Takeki turns the table. Takeki gets him in the corner. Uppercut by Takeki. Now Takeki has Haiga on the ropes. What's going to happen? Now Haiga is on the defensive. Now Haiga's running. Haiga is now in trouble. Is he hurt? The aggression's getting to him. Those uppercuts are starting to take hold. All right, now, this may be, hey, look, Takeki's starting to show why he is indeed a champion within 10 fights. Now, at a drop of a hat, turned the table and got back on the offensive. Again, another great trade by both fighters. 10 seconds left in the round. Jab by Takeki, and the round ends. Talk about, my gosh, I mean, give honor where honor is due. This is what you want in a championship fight. Two people absolutely going for broke with contrasting styles that seemingly should be able to counter each other, and they're working seamlessly and making for an incredible fight. This is phenomenal. Talk about a great event. Talk about a great show. It's great. It's phenomenal. And again, please, if anything's going wrong in the stream, please let me know. And please go on and like the show. Please like the show. My God, share it with people. We got 4 people, no, 3 concurrent people watching the live right now. If I'm buffering, excuse me, I'll try to fix that if this continues. It's a one-man show out here. I'm doing the best I can to try to make this as smooth as possible. So excuse me if it gets a little awry. I'm doing the best I can. But even still, we're looking at a situation where Haiga right now, as we start round 7 in the fight. This is, Franklin, you're absolutely right. This is an action-packed, man. This is a war, if I've ever seen one. Round 7 of 12 in this championship fight. 2:43 left in the fight. At the start of the round, Haiga pushing the pace. Haiga muscling Takeki into the ring post. Back to even. Jab by Takeki. Uppercut by Takeki. Jab again, now being more active with his length and range. Kind of stalling in action a little bit. Baiting to see what somebody's going to do. A rare calm in the action. Uppercut by Takeki. Hooked by Haiga. Right straight by Haiga. Trade. Both parties trade jabs with each other. Hooked by Haiga off of Takeki's jab. Takeki comes back with an uppercut and a flurry of his own. Haiga lands with a hook. Uppercut. George Foreman style uppercuts by Takeki. My gosh, no regard for defense at all. Double jab by Takeki. Jab, good counter jab by Haiga, interrupting the jab of Takeki, throwing him off balance. Again, lead uppercut by Takeki, blocked, trying to utilize his length and explosive again on the inside. Lunging jab by Haiga that lands. As they're in the corner, hook by Takeki that doesn't, he's blocked. They're still lolling in action. Double jab by Haiga. Oh, good straight left, or good hook, by Takeki off the jab of Haiga. Thought had Haiga hurt for a second, but then now got him back. Lunging uppercut by Takeki that misses. Jab by Takeki again. This might be Takeki's round as of right now. Got him hurt. Good jab by Takeki. Again, now he's starting to, that damage starting to accumulate now. That power starting to show for Takeki. Good jab by Haiga. Gets out the way of the left straight by Takeki. Takeki with the left hook. Oh, good power uppercut, but multiple uppercuts and flurries of punches by Takeki. As the fight's still going on, 30 seconds left in round 7 of this championship affair. Takeki with the uppercut again, using his feet and the lead uppercut to get out the way. Uppercut again. Oh, good shots by Haiga. Hooks on the inside, trading. Breaking the action, 20 seconds left in this fight. Good jab by Haiga. Pushes Takeki back to the ropes. As we're still in the 10 seconds left in the round of round 7. Halfway point of this championship affair. Haga taunting. Oh, the old. Oh man. Oh, he's doing the Sugar Ray Leonard. The posthumous posturing before landing the jab of his own. What Sugar Ray would normally do with the bolo punch when he would normally wind it up and then go with the opposite hand. Oh yeah, I think this is Takeki's round. Even so, Haga's this entire fight, Haga's still been landing that left hand that hook. He's been landing that hook every single time, every single round, consistently. Credit to Takeki's chin. My gosh, for taking it. But now we're seeing Takeki with that length and that volume now taking hold. The power's starting to become more apparent. It's affecting Haga a lot more. And the offensive openness that we were first seeing getting countered at the start of the fight now is starting to land. Now he's starting to get better distance and better gauge as to when to attack and when not to attack. This is a great fight all around. Again, both these fighters, they got, I'm telling you, you're right, Franklin, brother, the fact that these people are taking some of these shots, especially Takeki, that's the main thing. Haga's got a great chin, don't get me wrong, but Takeki, with the amount of clean shots that we saw him get hit with early on, before round 7, that's the testament to his chin as well. It's an incredibly, it's iron. It's iron, I'm telling you, ironclad. And they still just won't stop. As round 8 comes forth, 2:30 left in the fight. Hooks by Takeki, hard hooks by Takeki. Combination punching by Takeki. On the inside, Haga now is clinching up. Ref breaks the fight. We're back into action. 2:20 left in this round. Please, again, go on and leave likes more often. Go on and share the live. Get people invested in this show. Because, my gosh, you don't want to leave what we got going on. A good hook, good double hook by Takeki getting pressured in the corner. Haga trying to do some work on the inside, but Takeki clinches up. Now we're back to action. And it is about a minute 53 left in the round. Good jab by Haga as Takeki tried to get out the way. Good double uppercut by Takeki. Landing, standing, waiting to see what goes on. Pawing out that lead right hand. Good big uppercut that misses by Takeki. He's looking for it. He's looking for that uppercut. He's looking to time him. He's looking to time Haga when he ducks down. Once he ducks inside, again, there he goes again. Another uppercut by Takeki. Losing that, and another one, and another one. Just constantly throwing those uppercuts to get Haga to taking away an entire defensive ability by making sure that there's a guaranteed avenue that I'm going to land that uppercut on you if you try to get on the inside, duck you down like you were early on in the fight. Good hooks by Haga again. Now he's got him in the corner again. Dirty work on the inside. There we go. Takeki and Haga going at it. Haga with a hook as he tries to escape on Takeki. Action-packed over. My gosh, talk about it in a bit. Haga got him in the corner. Hooks to the body, into the head by Haga. A lot of them missed, though. I'm not going to lie. Blocked or missed. Counters on counters by both of these fighters. Infighting galore. This is what championship boxing is all about. Roughly 30 seconds left in the round. Haga and Takeki going at it for the WBO Bantamweight Championship of the world. Good gosh, I'm out of breath. I'm sweating. I'm hot. My goodness. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's an incredible fight. It's just ridiculous that we're seeing it at this pace. Again, Takeki with multiple big lunging shots, all missed wildly. But he's been a good jab by Takeki, good power jab by Takeki. Good getting out the way. Great head movement. 10 seconds left in the fight. And round ends. Whew. Oh, my gosh. Don't go anywhere, folks. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't sit down when it comes to this fight. You really can't. Oh gosh, you can't do a thing. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm out of breath. Woo! Oh, oh God. Woo! All right, let's get back to the action of the day, as we still got in the way, and TJ Doheny coming up next after this co-main event, and it's talk about action-packed. I'm telling you, right now, Takeki might have tied it up with his second half ability to be able to now get better offensively. Because now, even though Higa's still be able to land those hooks, the offensive dominance of Takeki is now starting to take hold a little more. It's getting harder for Higa to be able to pin him down and land cleanly, consistently. The body, good uppercut by Higa. Just as I say that. Again, starting round 9 in the championship affair, Takeki versus Higa, 235 left in the fight. Higa digging for a hook combination. Bullying Takeki to the ropes. Work on the inside from both fighters. Takeki landing hooks off the ropes. Higa landing hooks to the body. Double uppercut by Takeki. Good. My gosh. If you couldn't ask for a better fight. Higa with a big left hook or big lead hook on Takeki. This is a war. This is an outright war. This is incredible. Higa continually holding Takeki to the ropes, doing work. Both fighters doing incredible work off of each other in close quarters. I mean, just an absolutely incredible display. My gosh, I wish I could turn my volume up to hear the crowd. But I don't want to get copyright infringement. I ain't trying to get this thing down, if you know what I mean. But even still, we are back here. 137 left in round 9 of this affair. Hotly contested fight. Takeki has made a comeback while being down early in the fight. Not down as in knockdown. Down on the cards, at least in my estimation. Now, round 9's here. Potentially has already tied it up and potentially looking to take the lead in this fight, as it's been a war. It's been an outright war. Oh boy, talk about I don't even know how to describe this. Uppercut hook combination by Takeki. Takeki then lands another. It will shoot both people landing, and they tackle each other. My gosh, it's and they both go down. My gosh. From UFC back to boxing, they're both back on their feet, and they're now 45 seconds left in the round. Jab, uppercut by Takeki that both miss wildly, but again, the threat is there. That's the key. The threat of what's not able to come with the compounding success that he's had as these rounds going on. It makes those punches, while they seem like throwaways, they're viable. Absolutely viable. Swing and a miss by Takeki on that uppercut. Takeki may be bleeding from the mouth, potentially. Lip may be inside of his mouth, may be busted open. Good hook by Takeki. Good hook by Higa. 10 seconds after, good hook by Higa. What a chin by Takeki. Another hook that lands on Takeki by Higa, but he's still standing, just walking through him. Every single. This is ridiculous. This is insane. Talk about a great fight. Yeah, the energy, Franklin, the energy of these fighters, it is incredible. It is phenomenal. It is stupid. If we're being completely honest, it's ridiculous what we're seeing. But this is what championship boxing is about. You go for broke. You make stuff happen to make yourself known in the annals of history when it comes to the boxing world. That's what this is about. My gosh. Let's see, do you think Takeki is setting up for something by consistency? No, I don't think do you think Takeki is setting up for something by constantly being on the ropes? He's not setting up for something. It's a two-pronged answer. He is setting up for the right hand. Yes, he is. Or excuse me, southpaw. He's setting up for both the lead right uppercut and power left uppercut. Yes, he is. But he's being forced to the ropes by Higa. It's more so when he's on the ropes, he's able to still do good work. But his main thing that he's trying to set up isn't an off-the-rope shot on Higa, but it's an uppercut as Higa dips inside. That's what he's trying to set up as his main style of offense, after we found in round 3 or 4 that it was working. But when he gets to the ropes, he's more so being pressured and forced to go there. And because Higa, he's being relentless. He is being relentless. As round 10 starts right now, 2:25 left in the round. Takeki, I think, won that last round as well. It might have been it's tough. It's tough to call who won that last round. Takeki may have won that one, but Higa with those big hooks later on in the fight, and the inside work may have been enough to swing the judges their way. Either way, an incredible fight all around. Big uppercut and hook combination by Takeki that missed and blocked. Jab by Takeki. Another jab by Takeki. Oh, good hook. He wobbled him for a second. That left hook wobbled Takeki because he caught him clean with the counter, but he's right back on the defensive. Talk about a recoverable chin. That's incredible. That's an incredible chin by Takeki. Back on the inside. Both fighters working. 3-punch combination by Takeki. Hook by Takeki. Multiple hooks on the inside by Higa. Hook to the head by Higa. Again, infighting and work. Higa and Takeki clinch up, get to the ropes, pushed off. Now they're back in the action. Minute 30 left in this round. Hotly contested fight for the WBO bantamweight title. Takeki now, good right hand by Higa. Good jab by Higa that lands, skims the face of Takeki. This is a great fight. This could be a fight of the year contender. If we're being completely honest, this is incredible. It's a phenomenal fight. Another jab by Higa. Roughly a minute left in the round. Higa now taking control, walking into good counter jab, good interrupting jab by Higa, interrupting Takeki's punch, knocking his head again with a jab by Higa, another jab by Higa. If he had been using that more often, this could set up a lot more shots. Now Higa's doing work on the inside, dirty work on the inside, hooks to the body and onto the arms. The old Rocky Marciano level style of infighting. Higa with the hook to the head. Excuse me, hook to the body. Takeki with the hook to the head. Takeki with the 1-2. Higa with the right hand hook. Just jab by Higa that works his way back on the inside. Again, the hammer fist, upward hammer fist, ironically enough, by Higa to land on the inside. Body work by Higa, two uppercuts land by Takeki. Big hook by Higa that lands, forces Takeki out of the ropes. 16 seconds left in this round. Another jab by Higa. Knocking his head back again. Again, the jab, Higa might have found something. I think Higa found that his jab can open up and land on Takeki. Oh, good hook again. Good eye. They both trade uppercuts and hooks. This is great. Oh, this is phenomenal. This is incredible. This is stupendous work by both fighters. I might have to call fights real often. This is incredible. This is phenomenal. I'm having fun. Oh gosh, I feel this is indeed incredible. And again, please, if we can get more people, if you've just joined, welcome to the first live commentary of the Welch Report with me, Jean-Luc Welch, on this channel. We still got so much in store. This has been an outright war between two people in the co-main event of Inoue versus Doheny. Again, Inoue versus Doheny coming up right after this. We're entering round 11 right now. I really don't know who's up. Ironically enough, I really don't know who's up. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Takeki may be up by 1 round because of his middle round dominance. But Higa may have taken that last round with the consistent jab. He was like, good hook by Higa. And was that a knockdown? Takeki's hurt either way. Takeki's hurt. Takeki is hurt. The ropes held him up initially on that initial shot by Higa with the hook. Like I told you, the hook was going to be the detrimental factor, and it just so happened. But it didn't get counted as a knockdown. So Higa has now an early lead. Higa now has an early lead. Higa's also cut on his eye, on the right side of his eye. Ain't gonna affect him, but even still, another jab by Higa that lands. Action's really picking up now. Takeki's hurt. Has he recovered? Seems like he's stabilized, but even still, he's throwing shots not with as much intention. Higa should push the pace, if I'm being completely honest. Now that he had him that much damaged and damaged. Now Takeki with the hook that misses on the ropes of Higa. Higa now on the ropes of Takeki. Forces Higa to the ropes. Jab hook combination doesn't land. Jab doesn't land by Takeki. Uppercut, big 3-punch combination by Takeki. That should have been a knockdown, if we're being completely honest. That should have been a knockdown in the early part of round 11. That was a knockdown. Yes, it was. It was a knockdown. It didn't get counted. I don't know why. Good 3-punch combination by Takeki. I thought Higa got caught, but no, he just went in for a clinch. 128 left in the round. They get tied up and tangled up. Rabbit punch behind the head by Takeki. You can't do that now. Round 11 of this championship affair. Takeki versus Higa. Takeki is the champion. Higa is the challenger. Jab by Takeki misses. 3-punch combination by good hook by Higa again, countering that 3-punch combination. What the hook? Why? That wasn't that's a knockdown. That's a knockdown. That is a knockdown. He caught you while you slipped. He caught it while he said, yes, it is. Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's a knockdown. My gosh, Higa earns a knockdown off a hook as Takeki gets off balance. It was gonna happen for him one day. This should have been the second knockdown of the round, if we're being completely honest. Now Takeki has to really work to get it back to even. Good big uppercuts by Takeki. Again, the George Foreman level of just hustle and bustle, swings without remorse. 28 seconds left in the round. Takeki's got Higa on the ropes. Higa escapes. Both fighters are cut on the opposite eyes of each other. This has been an action-packed and now bloody affair. My gosh. 9 seconds left in round 11 for this WBO Bantamweight World title. Higa scored a knockdown off of a off-balance slip by Takeki, which was valid. Caught him on the way down. Should have been, honestly, another knockdown. Should have been counted in this same round. That did secure the round. 10-8 round for Higa. This might have been the thing that, look at that. That hook. That lunging power hook off of Takeki's punch with that non-committal defense was going to happen. And it was a hook. No, it was an active hook. It wasn't even a slip. It was a hook off of the body hook of Takeki that caught Takeki in the back of the head, legal, because he didn't turn around. He didn't aim for it. Takeki turned his head and got caught there. That's what happened. That's a knockdown. Oh, yes, indeed. You better believe it. That's a knockdown. Ladies and gentlemen, Higa, I think, is up in this round now. I think he is. And again, please leave a like. This is a live stream anyway versus TJ Doheny that's happening right after this. We're entering the championship rounds, or rather, we're already in the championship round. Last round of this championship fight, round 12, Higa versus Takeki in what will likely be a fight of the year contender. We already had one earlier this year with Virgil Ortiz, but even still. Now, this is a solid contender. Takeki may have to score a knockdown in order to win this fight. I think Higa's up by 1 with that knockdown. I think, again, it's been so action-packed. Some of these rounds are hard to call. Takeki with a thunderous combination. Now just letting his hands go. Constant hooks and uppercuts in volume and in copious, powerful amounts. Takeki's trying to win this round. He's trying to win. He's trying to win this. He's going for a knockout. He absolutely is going for a knockout. He's got to be. He's got to be. And he indeed is. Franklin, you're right. He's got to be aggressive. And Takeki's being aggressive right now. Being aggressive, but he better be careful. That aggression, he's already been timed every round in this fight with that uber aggressive style. Higa's got the hand speed to be able to catch him with the hook again. Put him on the ground again. Higa, you don't need to fight defensively. You need to fight offensively. You got to. Don't fight. You got to fight fire. Well, with as much success as now we see Takeki winning, if you are not looking for a counter, you better make sure that you get your own volume out too. Because as close as this fight may be, it could be that if Takeki wins this round, it might get him the fight on the judges' scorecard. Potentially, with how competitive every round has been in this fight. I don't know who's going to call. Multiple uppercut combination by Takeki. Minute 23 left in this championship fight. My gosh, uppercut by Takeki again. Uppercut, lunging, lumbering shots by Takeki that are all landing. Another uppercut that lands in a trade by Takeki on Higa. Oh, Takeki's hurt. Takeki's hurt bad. He's hurt bad. He's hurt incredibly bad. Oh, excuse me. Higa's hurt bad. My bad. Excuse me. Higa's hurt bad. It's been so action-packed. Higa's hurt bad. Takeki's going for the KO. Higa, yeah, okay, now you need to clinch up and run at this point. Move your feet. Don't just get, good uppercut by Takeki. Yeah, Higa is hurt. Higa is in trouble. Higa, if he does not stay up, he may lose this fight. Swinging and miss by Higa. Takeki is looking for the knockout. 40 to 35 seconds left in the round. Uppercuts by Takeki again. Uppercut again by Takeki. Behind the headshot. Can't do that by Takeki. But even still, Takeki's winning this round. Going for the KO. Look, throwing caution to the wind. Uppercuts are plenty. Hooks and uppercuts all around. Forcing Higa to the ropes. Higa is, Takeki's saying, we gotta go. We gotta make this happen. He's going for it. He's going for it. Takeki's going for it. Uppercuts left, right, and center. Again, Higa is clinching up. 7 seconds left in the round. If he doesn't score a knockdown, was this round enough to win the fight? Up and down, phenomenal. Oh gosh, what a show. Round is over. Round's over. What a fight. What a fight. What a night to start this main. What a fight to start the night or the morning on this main event card. Talk about a fight of the year contender. That he should, Franklin Higa should have stuck with this jab. If he had earlier on, it may have set up even more success, and maybe it would have pushed off the late surge that we saw Takeki do. But even still, credit to Takeki. Talk about an adaptive offensive menace. My gosh, both of these people got stamina, but the fact that Takeki just started throwing caution to the wind. Don't see that uppercut. That lead uppercut by Takeki was doing the most damage in the night, and once he found it out, he was going for broke every single time. Uppercut, straight right hand. Uppercut, straight right hand, constantly in succession. It was the money combination for Takeki. If this 12th round was enough, we'll see Takeki regain his title. But my gosh, if they call this a draw, I wouldn't be surprised. Who do you all think won? That's what I want to hear. Who do y'all think won? Give me your comments. I would love to hear this. Who do y'all think won in this hotly contested affair? And please, again, keep on sharing the live, share the stream, keep on liking the video so we can get more people acclimated to what we got going on right here on the World Report with the first live stream of the history of this show, going over NAOYA versus TJ Doheny in this fight. And now, let's see how the fight card is going to go. Oh boy. This is, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this. Whew. This was hotly contested. Oh boy, this was the late surge by Takeki versus the early dominance or the early countering consistency by Higa with his hooks and the infighting. Good gosh. What are they going to call it? It's a close call. Ah! He did it! Wow! Wow! Yoshiki, Takeki. Yoshiki Takeki won by unanimous decision. Improves to 10-0 with 8 KOs. Talk about a war. I'm surprised it was unanimous. Wow. I'm incredibly surprised that was unanimous. That was a shoot. That was incredible. Again, clap it up for these fighters. That was incredible. I thought it was going to be a split decision. If it was a draw, I would not mind. Now, again, there is an argument that Higa should have had 2 knockdowns scored for him in the round, and he got that 1 knockdown because the ropes did hold up Takeki. The ropes did hold him up. It did hold him up. I don't know why the ref didn't come in for that, at least from what I saw. But outside of that, this was, I'm telling you, fight of the year. Takeki takes the win. Takeki retains his belt. I want to see a rematch of this. I do. At bantamweight, I want to see rematches. This is incredible. This is a fight. This is a war. This could be a trilogy. If we're completely honest, this could be a trilogy. Because I guarantee you, if we see Higa face off against Takeki again, he's going to be more privy to that jab. He's going to be more privy to utilizing his hooks better and understanding now what the counter winners are. There's no shame in losing this fight. This was an incredible affair. This was an incredible, my gosh. It was, again, credit to Takeki. Deserved the win with that late surge. Understandable. I still want to see a rematch. If it was a draw, I wouldn't have been mad. But this is a fight of the year contender. This is an absolute fight of the year contender. And now we see another dominant champion in the not super bantamweight division, but in the bantamweight division. If he ever does move up to super bantamweight in a fight with Inoue, my gosh, if Inoue stays around at super bantamweight for long enough, that would be a fight to see, potentially. I'm not, again, we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch. We're not going to say something's going to happen before it actually does happen. But if we see Inoue stay around and not move up from super bantamweight after this fight with TJ Doheny, and we see potentially if they have a rematch with Takeki and Higa, and we see Takeki take a win again in that fight, and then choose to move up, I would love to see that. Oh, I love to see that fight. I would love to see that. That would be incredible. Yeah, exactly. Franklin, you are absolutely right. You know what? I think what it was that won Takeki tonight, I think not just the late surge and the outright, offensive dominance that he was showing in the fight in the second half. But again, it was the one. There was a knockdown that wasn't called. That should have been called when Takeki got hurt right before he actually got knocked down in the middle of the ring. That would have swung this fight. Also, the inside body work and the amount of countering that we were seeing Higa do earlier on, I think the judges may not have given him as much credit as they should have. As you eloquently put in the chat. They did. You're absolutely right, they did. They should have been, again, no problem with the win. But my opinion, I thought it was going to be a split decision. I genuinely did. Because I was saying if Higa stays up, I thought he would take it. Even depending on how the judges put it, or depending on how the judging was scored on my card, I thought if Higa had him up, if Higa just stayed up, there's an argument that he might have taken it. Because I thought that knockdown changed the scorecard, at least for me. But it is what it is. No problem. No shame in this, though. No shame in this at all. Oh, this deserves a rematch. Absolutely. There's no way in the world I would not want to see this rematch. If there was a pay-per-view, if they do this on pay-per-view with these two, I'm paying for that. Oh, I'm paying for that. Absolutely. I'm paying for that. That was an incredible, incredible fight. But again, now that we have this fight going on, we got a lull in action up into the main event of Inoue versus TJ Doheny. Now we can start discussing the grander landscape of the boxing, against the boxing community. Yes, indeed. And we got so much in store to talk about. We got so much in store to talk about. Like with other fights on the card. AJ versus Daniel Dubois is coming up in, I believe, is it September or October? Let me make sure. I want to give y'all the wrong dates. It is September 21st. Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga on September 14th. Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. Tyson versus Jake Paul. Speaking of which, actually, I wanted to talk about that. As we got a potential lull in action. I wanted to talk about it. Tyson versus Jake Paul. Why this fight is happening, I still don't know. Actually, I do know. It's because of money. It's because of, they want to have the ability. It's going to be a multi-million-dollar affair. Again, most likely, it's going to be one of the most watched boxing events in history, with it being on Netflix, I believe in November. Or excuse me, October, November. What was the date? The date was, it was November. So we wholeheartedly understand that. However, the fact that this is going to be seen, at least in the eyes of Jake Paul and his supporters, as a legitimate fight boggles my mind and irks me to no end. See, the problem with Jake Paul is the fact that you may not like him. Cool. There's two things you can't deny. One, he's a money mover. And two, he has some level of actual boxing acumen. By that I mean, if you are not a boxer, he will beat you. He's shown it. As much as we don't want to admit it. If you're not a boxer, he will beat you. I hate it, but it's the fact of the matter. We're objective on this show. We don't care. If he is not a boxer, If you are not a boxer, he will beat you. He will destroy. He will knock you out. We've seen it with every other UFC fighter and anybody else who isn't an actual boxer outside of Tommy Fury. He's going to beat you. And if you are too old, he will also beat you. And the issue is fighting Mike Tyson is not respectable. When you have somebody in Mike Tyson who is pushing 60 years old, the mythos of Tyson makes him unbeatable. Even now, we get it. His legacy will never not be what it is, just like Evander Holyfield. But the issue becomes he's 60 years old. If he was fighting another 60-year-old, phenomenal. If he got a rematch with Evander Holyfield, we'd love to watch that. Love to watch it. Him versus, again, an old James Toney, who fought Razor Ruddock a year ago, not too long ago. We'd love to watch that. The problem is, he's fighting Jake Paul, somebody who's 30. I believe, 34, somewhere around that range. Incredibly young, actively been in the sport for 5 years when Tyson ain't been in since Roy Jones Jr. And if it was a Tyson that fought Roy versus Mike Tyson now, I would be more inclined to pick Mike Tyson, because even that one, with how physically gifted he is naturally, the time of degradation wouldn't have taken his abilities to the point that, yeah, he can still take him. Absolutely. No problem. Still problem, but more likely to beat him. Now, this Tyson, no, I don't think so. And I don't say this because I want to. I want Mike Tyson to destroy Jake Paul. I want Mike Tyson to put Jake Paul out of all of our misery. Make it so that we never have to see him again. Make it so that we never have to talk about this man ever again in the sport of boxing. Never. I really do. I wanted Jake Paul to actually fight a real boxer. Somebody who's actively in the ring. Somebody who is actively training. But boxing's a business. What makes the most money is what's going to get made. This is a horrible fight. This is a terrible fight that if it does happen, it is going to hurt both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I don't want Mike Tyson to get hurt legitimately. If he gets knocked out, it's going to be hard for his health legitimately. If he knocks out Jake Paul, we'll let the kingdom come. He will reach popularity back to the level of him in his prime if he knocks out Mike Tyson. Incredible. I guarantee you. If he knocks out Jake Paul against all odds, it will put him back at the baddest man on the planet level of a beloved stardom. He's already beloved. Don't get me wrong. No, he's already still got that moniker of the baddest dude out there. No, that's not changing. But what is changing will be the immediate love. My gosh, he'll be flooded. Flooded. Absolutely. Thank you. Exactly. Franklin, you are absolutely right. Should be ashamed of himself. He should be appalled. We all should be appalled that this is happening. And again, why do I say this? Because we saw this before with Evander Holyfield. Holyfield fought against Vitor Belfort when on the undercard of Jake Paul versus, I forget who he was fighting, but somebody. On like Thriller. So that app that has gone down under since Jake Paul isn't fighting there anymore. He looked great. Yes, he did. But then what happened? He got schooled. Now, granted, Belfort had steroids, was juiced up to the gills with drugs in his system. There's no disputing that. It's not an honorable win. It's not a win regardless. It's horrible. But even still, objectively looking at what we saw from Evander Holyfield in the ring at that point in time, who is in as good of shape as you could ask for any former fighter to ever be. If you saw Evander Holyfield now, you would still think he could fight. That's how good he looks. But ability, with age comes degrading talent. It's just the truth. It's the nature of the beast. It's father time. It's the constant ebbs and flow of what we've seen in the history of the sport. And I hate it. And with Tyson, same thing. I don't know if we want to see a vestige of what we know Tyson can be. We want to see Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson. We want to see that Mike Tyson back here in the ring. I don't know if he can. I don't know if it'll be there. If it is there, great. Biggest thing is I know he's a better boxer. I know he still got the explosiveness. I know he could still crack and hurt Jake Paul. He knows so much more stuff than Jake Paul will ever know in the history of his life. Problem is, when it comes to the ability to take a punch, that's the biggest threat. If he gets caught by Jake Paul clean, he can't take it. He's going out. They could potentially be incredibly detrimental. Now, I don't want to see that happen. For his health, I don't want to see that happen. For the beloved love of a legend, I don't want to see that happen. Let alone to get somebody like a bum like Jake Paul. But it is what it is. But again, off of the spectacle and into the reality of quality fighting, when we talk about, again, Inoue's getting ready to come up about 9 minutes. Ooh, excuse me. Inoue's getting ready to come up in about 9 minutes. When we look at Inoue, a question comes to mind when we talk about legacy and greatness. Now, we've talked about it multiple times on the channel. Talked about it multiple times on the show. When we look at Inoue and his greatness, what exactly can we compare it to? Because in the modern day of boxing, right now, he is at the top of the top. It just is what it is. He's got a better resume. Just about everybody in the boxing landscape today, regardless of who you have in the top 10. Doesn't matter. Better than Tank, better than Terrence Crawford, better than Usyk, better than Fury, better than AJ, better than what's his name? We just watched the fight. Bam Rodriguez, who is gonna be sensational as time goes on. If that fight ever does happen with him and Inoue, and somehow, my gosh, talk about fireworks galore. That would be akin to a mega fight of epic proportions. That would be stupid exciting. Stupid incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. But again, I digress. When it comes to Inoue and his legacy, it's better than everybody. The only person you could say maybe not is Canelo because of the, again, 62 fights, multiple time champion, moved up from I think was it welterweight, and welterweight, middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, beat Kovalev, fought Bivol, lost to him, but knocked out Billy Joe Saunders, knocked out Caleb Plant, could have knocked out, but just beat Jaime Munguia. He's gone through a gauntlet of talent. Faced off against Floyd Mayweather, multi-time champion, multi-division champion. He is one of the greatest we've ever seen. One of the greatest Mexican boxers we've ever seen. That's set in stone. Outside of that, Inoue probably has the best resume in boxing. If we compare it to the rest of the world, it takes the cake. It takes the cake wholeheartedly. There is no way. Hold on, what's going on with my stream? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold up. Do we have an issue? Is there something going on with my stream? Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, we're back. I got you. I thought something was going on with chat. Excuse me. But no, yeah, Franklin, you're absolutely right. He took the perfect path to pound for pound. He went and he fought the best of the best. Forget being. See, here's the thing. You know what makes Inoue different? We can talk about all this stuff. We can talk about the talent. We can talk about the power. We can talk about the ability to have pinpoint accuracy, the incredible chin, stamina. We can talk about all that. You can be a near perfect fighter and then take a bum's path to greatness. Seen it before. Again, Gervonta Tank Davis. Granted, he was under Floyd, but even still went and should be more dominant than we see him now in terms of his legacy as a whole, in terms of his resume as a whole in boxing. But Tank hasn't taken the path to that level yet. Because outside of Isaac Cruz, Pedraza, and then Leo Santa Cruz, every time it went from highs to lows to what the world are you doing? It was stupid. It was ridiculous. Every fight would be, okay, he's going to now take the next step. Nope, ain't going to do it. Up, you're going to fight Shakur. Nope, you ain't going to do it. Lomachenko, up, I'm not ready yet. Floyd said, I'm not ready yet, so I ain't going to fight him. There's a whole slew of opportunities where after you fought Mario Barrios up, he's going to be at 140. He can handle. He can dominate at 140. Let's see him fight against the bigger cats. Nope, stay at 135. Never fought against Devin Haney when Devin Haney was at 135. Could have fought against Ryan Garcia. Well, no, fought Ryan Garcia. Excuse me. He did fight Ryan Garcia. Don't get me wrong. But from a talent perspective, at that point in time, we were not saying that Ryan Garcia could beat him. We just weren't. We were not. We were looking for him to take on a championship level, a literal champion at 135 of the best, like a Devin Haney or Lomachenko. Devin Haney at that point in time was undisputed. We'd love to have seen him fight him for that title. Regardless of whether you think he could have won or lost, take the path. That's what we're saying. Now, with Inoue with his star power, and this is what I was getting at, wrapping it back around. The difference with Inoue and everybody else, Inoue and his star power is what makes him different because of how he uses it. He's a mega star in Japan. He's got the ability to have copious amounts of money if he fought anybody. With that being the case, he went on to fight the best of the best. See, every boxer has some level of leverage once they become a star in the sport, specifically with governing bodies and championship belt commissions. With that being the case, some people can do whatever they want. Some people, they got to be forced to do something by the commission. WBC with Canelo Alvarez, what happens? You don't have to face off against your mandatory, and we'll never make David Benavidez your mandatory up until never. That's the truth. That's what happened. Benavidez was 2 years mandatory, never got to fight, finally said, no, I'm moving up. I can't make what year? I'm moving up to 175, excuse me. But Canelo had the ability to utilize his leverage with his star power and with the commission to do what he wanted to do. And he could have made all the fights we wanted to see. And initially he was doing it, but then he didn't. Anyway, has the power, has the backing of governing bodies. Again, his whole country banned Louis Neary. But because Inoue wanted to fight Neary, they let Neary back into boxing just to get knocked out. And Neary was a threat. Neary was disrespectful and beat one of the stars of Japan and was, again, the villain in doing so. Not just in, oh, you're not a hometown guy, but no, acted horrible. Hence why they banned him. So, what happens? He goes and knocks him out because he's got that leverage. And they reinstated a fighter because Inoue said he wanted to beat him. And then he beat him. And now he's continuing to reign at 122. And if he chooses to go up to undisputed, well, guess what's going to happen? Going to have an immediate shot probably at the world championship. And he's going to take it because he is a man pushed by legacy. He's not a man pushed by just money. Because if you go after legacy, the money will happen. If you go after legacy, the money will happen. That's the thing. Let's see, do you think that, let's see, what's the, good gosh, this doggone comment. I'm getting through your comments. Something's coming up. I just can't see what it is as cleanly. Let's see, do you think Floyd, ooh, okay. Do you think Floyd misled Tank early in his career? That's a good question. That's a good question. As introductions come in for the Inoue versus TJ Doheny fight. Real quick, I answer. Floyd did not mislead Tank. Floyd, how do we say this? What Floyd did was he held his hand too long. That was the problem. Floyd was, as with any fighter, up and coming. If you have a star on your hands, you build him up properly. I get that. That's no issue. We've seen that constantly in boxing. Mike Tyson, same way. You didn't just put him against Tillis immediately after 10 fights. No. You didn't. There were people that he wasn't ready for. They cussed him out and said, don't do. I completely understand it. Now, with that being the case, Floyd did that same thing. Led and guided Tank. Taught him, put him against opposition that was comparable. I completely feel it. However, there was a definitive shift when Tank was a megastar and had now the established talent that now you need to go after bigger and better fighters. And Floyd still didn't let him do that. He didn't mislead him. like we've seen with Don King and other promoters, by robbing them blind. But it's lying. He didn't do that. But he protected his career too much. He acted like, you know what it is? It's like a father who stays, who wants to help out his son, but then he stays too much in the business and doesn't let the man be the man once he's grown up. That's what Floyd did. Floyd made it so that Tank wasn't fighting the best of the best, when in fact he could have fought the best of the best. Because again, money moves is his forte. He wants. He said he said it himself. He was never about legacy. He had a whole press conference about it. He was never about legacy. He was about making money. And with Tank, the best way to make money, easiest fight, but biggest game. Get me some quality, some dominant knockouts. Get me some, not necessarily high profile names, but some names. And then put on a performance, get people to come home, get people to come see the fight, get excited, show your talent, which is, again, talent has changed. But you, as a boxer, you don't need to go and push yourself right now. That's what Floyd said. You don't need to go and push yourself right now. You got time. There's a whole interview early on in Tank's career. You can look it up. I forget what the exact title is. But he did a whole interview with Tank right beside him, talking about you don't need to pay. You can pay yourself. You're making millions of dollars. You don't need to do X, Y, Z. We've seen it with other fighters that Floyd has done as well. That's what Floyd does. So Floyd didn't mislead him. He led him the right way by Floyd's metric. Floyd led Tank by what Floyd does. So it is the proper way. Issue is, what Floyd did wasn't viable for legacy, at least when he turned into Money Mayweather. Pretty Boy, he was going to go and dominate. Pretty Boy earned the legacy. Money Mayweather earned the cash. Now you put Tank on the Money Mayweather path without the cash or without the legacy to back it. You get what we have now. Yes, he's a bona fide star. Yes, he is incredibly talented. However, his legacy is going to take a hit, because at the point that he should have been already challenging himself, and we should be looking at Tank the same way we look at Floyd, at Terrence Crawford, at Errol Spence at the height of his career, at Canelo Alvarez, at the tops of boxing. From a legacy perspective, not just from a star power, I want to see him fight. It's not the same. Tank has the ability to be an undisputed champion. Tank had the ability to wait a minute. Champion. Tank had the, hold on. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 minute. Hold up. Oh, we still live. Hold on 1 second. I gotta make sure we're still here. Hold on. Oh my. Did we go out? Tell me in the chat, am I still here? Am I? I make sure. Are we okay? Are we all good? Is everything working out accordingly? I think we're okay. All right. Doggone it. Shoot. What's going on with the stream? What does Doheny have to do to win? So that's actually a very good question. And please, tell me if there's an echo for this stuff. The stream said it went out just unexpectedly all of a sudden. So please bear with me real quick as we're trying to get this stuff back on for the live stream. I don't know what the word happened. My gosh. What the word transpired? don't know what happened. But to answer your question, what Doheny does need to do to win, gosh, I honestly, I don't know what he can win. I don't know what he can do. I think, well, one, he better get out of that posturing defense that he holds. He's going to get caught, just like we saw with Higa, or just like we saw Higa catching Takeki in their fight. But in that fight, he'll get destroyed. I guarantee. But the only thing that he can really do to win is do the same thing that Neri did. Look to land between exchanges. That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to. If he can land between exchanges of Inoue, like we saw with Neri, he's got the power to do some damage. He does. Because again, now we know Inoue isn't just indestructible. Though he's got a phenomenal chin. He can't be put down if you time him right. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the kind words, Franklin. I'm so excited that you joined. So thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Again, I'm only doing this. I'm just a lowly man. I'm only doing this for you all the people. I mean, I love calling fights as well, but at the same time, you all make this special. You all make this wonderful. I'm just here. That's all I am. I am simply here as a vessel to entertain and make you all enjoy what we got going on and what the fights are. But in terms of back to the question, if he can time Doheny, or excuse me, if Doheny could time Inoue, catch him on the inside in exchanges, especially when, because see, Inoue will not lunge in, he won't lunge in stupidly, but he will lunge in closer distance. He times that right with his own shot, there's a chance that he could put some real damage on Inoue. There is. He's called the Power for a reason. He's got multiple losses. Oh, yes. He's got multiple ways that he can be knocked out. That's not a question. That's not a question at all. But the point still stands. He can still do some damage and put Inoue on his butt and put Inoue in some real trouble. But outside of that, if he can't time him, he can't really do anything. Because I think he's too slow. His defense is nowhere close to where it needs to be. Nowhere close to where it needs to be. He's got too much of a perceived tail when it comes to boxing. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. 1 second. 1 minute. 1 minute. What's going on? What's going on with my camera? What's going on with the camera? Hold on, I'll be right back. We still here. Don't go anywhere. Wait, we're still here. Hold on. We're still here. Well, fight's getting ready to start. Come on. Ah, there we go. Okay, we should be good. Should be good. See, ain't this fun? See, we keep it raw. We keep it raw here on the Welch Report. We have no ill will. We're trying to, we show everything. We do show everything. We had to show everything. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I think we should be good. I think we should be okay. If the stream isn't working accordingly, I think we should be A-okay. Yep, I think we're good. Okay, we're good. So, yeah. So, good gosh, what was I even talking about? Shoot. I messed up. Doggone it. I forgot what I was saying. after doing introductions for this championship event. I'm so sorry. I see technical difficulties with the camera. Stuff wasn't working like it was supposed to. Y'all got to see my room and all of its, I guess, as kept as possible nature. It is a crying shame that this, well, it is the first stream. You know what? Give me some grace. It's the first stream. I'm gonna give myself some grace. We okay. We're still gonna make this great. Don't get me wrong. Oh, don't get it twisted. No, we're still gonna be great. It's just a matter of we just gotta adapt with what comes with the times. So yeah, but like I said, they're doing inductions for the fight. Doheny 26 and 4, 20 KOs. Again, the power is indeed there. Undefeated against Japan or versus Japan. Or excuse me, when fighting in Japan, my bad. And against Japanese fighters. Well, let's see if we can keep that trend going. Anyway, will indeed break the streak. As we got right now, I'm so sorry. Franklin, anybody else who was on the stream, I forgot what I was saying because we had some stuff going on with the camera. Oh boy. So how much is boxing the universal governing body? So they need one drastically. And again, Teddy Atlas, if I could get him on the show, that would be incredible. But Teddy Atlas has been a man who's been propounding or perpetuating the idea. In fact, you can go to his YouTube channel. Please go to his YouTube channel. Sign his petition. I believe it's linked on most of his videos, if not just on his, I think you can also look it up on Google, Teddy Atlas Boxing Commission petition. But essentially, he wants to put together a governing body to control the sport, to make it so that stuff doesn't get out of hand like we see now. One belt per division, better and stricter judging credentials and refereeing credentials, all the stuff to clean the sport up. That's how he puts it best. It needs it desperately. Oh, it needs it desperately. I wish that it was already established. But again, if it's boxing, it is corrupt. It's built on corruption to some degree. So it's a murky type of ocean to swim in. But somebody's and multiple people are trying to get out and swim above it, like with Teddy Atlas. So go sign his petition if you can. But here we go. Main event of the night, Inoue versus Doheny for the undisputed super featherweight, or rather super bantamweight, championship of the world. Doheny in the white trunks, Inoue in the black trunks, and the monster is stalking and walking. Got his traditional high guard up, looking to see what Doheny's going to do. And what did I tell you? Doheny with that pawing jab, constantly having that power hand low and that guard hand high. Either one of those things, with how he normally defends, can be detrimental for him. Anyway, with the jab, good gosh, fast jab. I keep forgetting. The speed of him is ridiculous as a boxer. But again, you are most likely going to see perfection at work when it comes to NAOYA INOUE in this fight. Relatively slow start on the night as we have Inoue again posturing, taking center control, being calm, cool, collected, not making any real mistakes at all. Lead hand game going with Inoue. Doheny tries to feint, doesn't work. Inoue's already got him cornered to the ropes already. Look for that check hook by Inoue. Yeah. Doheny, oh, good jab by Inoue. Quick, fast, like a snake. Catch and prey. It's ridiculous. Another jab by Inoue. Good body shot by Doheny. Got off balance himself. Good straight right hand by Inoue. Blocked, but still the power was felt. Already got Doheny to the corner. Good shot, good straight right to the body. Again, stalking and walking, just calm and collected. You most likely, that shot, the reason why I said that Doheny won't be able to win against Inoue, again, as he goes and chases down Doheny, jab to the head and right hand to the body. Do some quality body work. People don't talk about Inoue's body work oftentimes. His ability to go and consistently be precise in his dissection of the midsection is something to behold. He's on par. He should be considered one of the better body snatchers in boxing, along with Canelo. Though Canelo is, in my opinion, the best as a whole when it comes to doing it at an elite level. Interrupting jab by Doheny that lands on Inoue. Inoue's still winning the round. It's relatively slow and methodical. Doheny did a good jab by Inoue. Lead hand game again. Doheny trying to get something out of Inoue. Again, rushes in with double jab, triple jab. 5, 6, 7 jabs. Pawing, constantly pawing, trying to gain some level of advantage on Inoue. 6 seconds left in the round. Jab by Inoue. And round ends. Nothing special, nothing spectacular, but still incredible nonetheless when it comes to, hey, it's a main event. It's a championship fight. Watching one of the best in the world. It's always a spectacle. Always a spectacle. Always a spectacle. Now, when it comes to going back to why I said Inoue won't be able to win it all, outside of counter, landing again, the puncher's chance of a clean shot that ends it all. Outside of that, I don't think it's going to happen. Reason being is because when we look at Inoue, or rather when we look at Doheny, nothing can really, it can't work. It can't really work. The only time that we've seen Inoue make a mistake is with the struggle with Donaire, and what happened? Cleaned him up next time he fought. And then with Neary, we saw what happened when he got knocked down. After that, never made that mistake again. Inoue, once he sees something, he'll never see it again. And when it comes to trading, catching him while he's throwing a shot, most likely we won't see that happen with Inoue again. Hence, Doheny really doesn't have a shot, in my opinion, to win, because the one tactic to win, Inoue got caught with, got up, overcame, and now learned and adapted. He'll never get caught by that same mistake again, in my estimation. But round 2 is on the way. Minute 30 left in the round. Inoue up 1-0 in my cards. Doheny tried to good guy bull rush and clinches in, trying to just get some level of pressure off of his back from Inoue. He constantly throwing out that jab is Doheny from Australia. Again, good right hand to the body by Inoue. Again, the precision of body attack by Inoue is something that people don't talk about. It sets up a lot of his shots, but people only get lulled by the power that he has at his disposal. It is incredible. Again, still minute 57 left in the round. Hey, Doheny's fainting again. Ooh, caught Inoue with a straight right. Granted, a good shot. Oh, good. Oh. Inoue landed the right hand and started a combination flirt. Again, Doheny, he is open. There is, you can set him up to get caught. You can. The power just makes it also, there is a level of, you don't want to get something thrown back at you, because Doheny does have legitimate pop, but no, he can't be caught. Absolutely, he can't be caught. All right, he can throw, excuse me, let me phrase that. He can throw in terms of Doheny. He keeps slipping. Doheny keeps slipping when he tries to step in on the inside. I guarantee you what, the next time that happens, we might see Inoue try to land a right hand on Doheny, like he did right there. If we see Doheny get off balance. Inoue doubles up on the right hand. Jab, again, pressure, push him to the ropes. Good hook. Oh, good shot by Doheny. Good 1-2 by Inoue. Jab right hand by Doheny that misses. Jab by Doheny that misses. Jab again, jabbing. Constantly jabbing, pawing, trying to be active. Trying to get something going. Jab by Inoue. Got him to the ropes again. Again, he's just constantly getting to the ropes. He's constantly getting to the ropes. Tracking him down. Good cutoff. My gosh, not giving him any way to be able to really escape and get out. Good straight right to the body. That's a good hook. Oh, opens up. He's opening up. Good hook to the body, and that ended the combination. Good hook to the head from Inoue. Got him in the corner. Oh, good jab by Doheny. Good jab by Doheny. And Doheny's talking to him. Oh, boy. Oh, my. Oh, me. Oh, my. Got a little bit confident there. Now, granted, he did land a good counter jab, but even still, that round went to Inoue, I think, for the better volume of work. Though Doheny, again, landed some good shots. A couple. Not many. A couple. Again, that interrupting jab at the end of the round, that right hand out of the corner that he landed on Inoue, is there. But if he it's a danger. Paul Butler tried to play this same game, but with no offense whatsoever. The same thing's going to happen to Doheny if he doesn't do something else, because he keeps going and shelling up. He knows he can't escape the pressure. He knows he can't. And what you also need to look out for, I think I just picked up on it. I've talked about this with Stephen Fulton. When he gets to the ropes and when he gets on the defensive, he ducks the same way. I believe it's what, to the left? No, to the right. No, left. Is it left or right? Either way, he ducks the same way when he gets on the defensive. As round 3 starts, Doheny's now dancing, trying to jab, using a little bit of footwork, using a little bit of energy, trying to be more hard to read by bouncing in the ring. 2:30 left in the round. Anyways, got about 2 rounds banked right now in my estimation. Again, that same posturing defense where he ducks straight down. With Inoue goes and switches from a straight right to the body to a straight right to the head that goes and lingers to the right. He'll catch Doheny. That might be what he's setting up for. Combination by Doheny that misses all shots blocked or just missed entirely. Inoue's back on the offensive. Doheny with the right hand is blocked. Flurry from Doheny that's blocked again. Jab by Doheny, jab by Doheny, jab by Doheny. Ooh, almost got caught with a checkup by Inoue. Being active. Soft jab lands by Inoue. Constant, he's got activity, don't get me wrong. He's trying to use it to keep Inoue from being able to actively have an opportunity to throw. But now he's back to the ropes again. Inoue, hard jab down the pipe. Hard jab again. Ooh, good hook. It's almost slipped. Doheny now pressuring Inoue, getting back to center of the ring. 120 left in this undisputed championship fight. Again, if anything's going on wrong with the stream, please tell me. Go on and keep on liking. Doheny 2 shots to the body. Swing and a miss. Good gosh, what distance management by Inoue. Just an understanding how to get out the way with the greatest of ease. And got him to the corner again. Another hard shot to the body by Inoue. Being careful. Being constant. Good. Oh, almost countered the Doheny's hook with a hook of his own. Doheny got a hook to the body. Uppercut by Doheny. 3-punch combination. 2 of them get through. Right now, this is Doheny's best round to date. Posturing again. Leaning back. Not letting his opponent really have any way to do it. I'm not going to say have any way to get to him. But using his footwork and his speed, constantly moving, not standing stationary, is Doheny. Bobbing and weaving, moving and shaking, trying a good stiff jab by Inoue. 17 seconds left in the round. Jab by Inoue. Jab by Doheny that misses. Jab by Doheny that misses. And he misses a jab. Still get pressure in the corner. Straight right by Inoue. Straight right by Inoue to the head this time. Nearly caught him. And it's best round for Doheny. There's an argument that he won, but most likely Inoue still won that round with the ability to jab better. Again, if the judges take the volume of Doheny being more active, though most of them missed. Actually, no. I still think that was Inoue's round, even though it was the best round. No, you know what? No. I'm wrong. That round was for Doheny. TJ got that one. I'll give it to TJ with that one. It wasn't great. It was still, but it wasn't up. TJ got that round. 1 round to 2 for Inoue. Or rather, 2 rounds to 1. Inoue has to lead in the fight from my vantage point. And again, see, on the replay, if you see Inoue commit to that right straight, but instead of going straight to the body, he angles it out to where Doheny's head always goes, he'll catch him and hurt him. He'll catch him and destroy him. Round 4 underway. And again, please, if the stream's still going on, leave a like, comment, share the show. We're doing live commentary for Inoue versus TJ Don't Air on this channel, the first live stream for this whole community as a whole, as Inoue goes to the body in round 4 early on. Thank you all for joining in and listening. We've had 106 people come in, got 5 people watching. Thank you all so much. Absolutely. Again, share the show. Keep on liking the video so that we can get this up for more people to even see. Jab by Doheny that misses. Again, I'm saying he's throwing volume in terms of Doheny, but he's not landing anything that's special. Right now, Daryl, what's up? Thanks for joining in on the chat on this live commentary. Inoue's winning 2 rounds to 1 in round. Right now, it's round 4. 2 minutes 10 left in the fight. Doheny pawing with the jab. Inoue with the straight with a jab into a right hand to the body. Got Doheny in the corner. Right now, it's still corner stalking Doheny down. Right now is Inoue. Got him trapped. What is he going to do? Doheny's fainting. Oh, good shot by Doheny, ironically enough. Good hook by Doheny again. Gets him out the corner. Again, the power drill. You got to respect it. Got to respect it. Straight right hand by Inoue. Straight right hand by Doheny. Jab by Inoue. Jab by Inoue again. Hook. Oh, almost caught him with the uppercut on the exit by Inoue. Jab to the body. Yeah, and Doheny uses his strength to try to push Inoue off balance. 1:26 left in the round. Again, Inoue is winning 2 rounds to 1 on my scorecard. Round 4, 1:20 left in the fight for this undisputed championship affair. He's got him pressured. Doheny gets out the way. Is Doheny cut? Is he cut or is it just a natural? We'll find it out in the corner. Inoue goes to the body again. Minute left in the round. Got him trapped in the corner again. Being very cautious because of the power that Doheny brings to the table. Oh, good. Oh, missed. Doheny missed with the hook. Nearly got countered by Inoue. Inoue, jab to the body, jab to the head, straight right to the body. That one looked like it affected Doheny that time. Straight right to the lands by Inoue. Again, he's got him trapped. Doheny can't get out. Good hook by Inoue when Doheny tried to lunge in on the inside. Got into the ropes again. Doheny with a hook 2 hooks that missed. Hook that blocked and missed by Doheny. Jab, constant jabbing, constant volume. Hook to the body by Inoue. Jab to the head by Inoue. Straight right to the body by Inoue. It is a good right hand by Inoue in the corner off a jab. Nearly got caught with the hook, but again, by the skin of his teeth, Inoue got out the way. And still keeping that pressure on. Jab by Inoue. Good straight right by Inoue. And it's a every time. I'm telling you. Daryl Anderson, thanks for joining in on the stream. Inoue is right now 3 rounds to 1 going into round 5. He is getting more active offensively on Doheny. Again, Doheny with the power and the threat of potentially getting KO'd or he's getting knocked down is making Inoue have to be a little more cautious. Again, this is a real power punch. It isn't just some fluke. But as the fight goes on, we're seeing Inoue get more and more comfortable. We're seeing him get better at timing Doheny. His ability or his willingness to throw more and throwing more shots to the head rather than just going to the body. Now it's starting to become apparent. Now he's switching up his offensive attack and it is getting to Doheny. And it's getting, well, the body attack specifically, starting to affect Doheny. Now those straight rights are actually doing some damage on the body of Doheny. It's taking its toll. And if that comes to fruition in the later rounds, Franklin, your prediction for round 7 may just come true. As we enter round 5 right now, it started a round Inoue again on my scorecard. It's up 3 rounds to 1. And the doggone it. And the stream goes away. What is going on? Why is it every time? This is ridiculous. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. Again, what? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Franklin. Doheny needs to use more footwork and give different looks, but he can't. That's the problem. He can't give different looks because of the fact that he is not able to do anything different. And again, I'm trying to get the stream back up right now. My ESPN stream suddenly just went kaput, and I have no clue as to why as we keep it locked. But again, assuming right now the fight's still going on, I assume that we see Doheny is still trying to jab and use volume to get Inoue off of him. But he can't use more footwork due to the fact that he isn't a footwork-driven fighter. He's got flat feet. His thing is head movement and a Philly shell and an extended guard that uses his strength to push you off of him to make it so that you cannot get to him. That's what Doheny does. And that constant posturing to the left, That same stance is the only stance that he has at his disposal to be able to be successful. And since that's the case, he doesn't have any footwork to use. We saw when he tried to get out the way of Inoue, what happened? He immediately cut off the ring. Just like that. At the drop of a hat, cut off the ring. Made it so that it was obsolete. No. Doheny can't do anything when it comes to the ability to utilize his footwork. He just can't. It's just not at his disposal. It's not in his makeup. Yeah, exactly. Dale, you're absolutely right. He's gonna break that Philly shell. And again, I'm trying to call the fight. My ESPN stream is going awry. I have no clue as to why, but we're gonna figure it out. But the point still stands. When hopefully he'll get back before the fight ends. My gosh, please don't let me miss a knockout by NAOYA INOUE. Oh, I can't have that. But no, he's gonna break that Philly shell because he's gonna angle that straight right out to where Doheny normally goes and maneuvers, or rather places his head. See, Doheny has a center line. It's just off center line, if that makes sense. Normally you say don't hold your head in the same spot. And no, straight up. You don't do that. Absolutely. But for Doheny, the problem is with Doheny, he still keeps his head on the same center line. It's just off angle. So his center line, instead of it being here, it is over here. Or over here, excuse me. But it's still, his head will stay right here. And so when he moves, he'll move back from that same vantage point. He'll slip from that same vantage point. But his head always ends up at the same spot. Hence the Philly shell, there is a way to beat it. If you ain't Floyd, or you ain't one of the better defensive fighters of all time or of the modern day, you're gonna get put to sleep if you keep trying to utilize it. No, it's gonna be a bad day for you if you continue to try to utilize that level of same defense. If he doesn't get his head out to the line. And now he's trying to push the pace after going to round 6. So sorry for missing round 5. My stream went out on my show. Good body hook and head hook by Doheny. Now that we're back, round 6, 2:40 left in the round of this Undisputed Championship affair. Good straight right to the body. Good combination by Inoue. That took Doheny. That did something to him. Good straight right by Inoue. Again, now the pressure is really coming on. Now we're seeing the aggression come forth. Don't posture in front of Inoue. Again, right hand by Inoue. Through the guard. Right hand again by Inoue. Hooker cut by Inoue. Right hand by Inoue. When I tell you, the volume's there. That he's becoming more. He's becoming more. Where it's turning into Paul Butler. It's looking like another Paul Butler situation. It's looking like another Paul Butler fight. Good hook by Doheny. Yep, now he's starting to be, now Doheny now has to be more aggressive. He's down on the go. Good body shot by Inoue. Stalking and walking, I mean, just a sublime ability. Just a sublime ability. Good hook by Inoue again. Got him on the ropes. Doheny trying to do what he can. Straight right by Inoue. Yep, Doheny, yep, that gas tank's starting to take a hit. Now he's not fighting with his hands down to be elusive. He's fighting with his hands down because now he's starting to be tired. That pressure, see the pressure. Good straight right by Inoue. Knocks Doheny off balance. Another straight right by Inoue. Oh yeah. Oh no, the monster's coming. The monster's coming. The monster's coming. He's through the bushes and trees. Now he's out in the open. He's on the attack. Doheny, his work rate has incredibly slowed. His stamina has become incredibly, it's not nowhere close to what it was. Good punch combination by Doheny, but even still, we're seeing a lack, where it's the breakdown has started. The breakdown has started. Good. Oh, good hook by Inoue. Getting out of that clinch. What a shot. What a shot. And he's opening up in the corner. Doheny's still fighting back, though. Inoue's opening up in the corner. Multiple punches. Missing a lot of them, but even still, keeping that constant pressure of foot. Doheny 3-punch combination that misses. Right hand by Inoue. Stalking and walking. Doheny can't get out the way. The pressure's too great for him. Good jab by Doheny. Jab by Inoue. Straight right by Inoue. Combination punch by Inoue. Looking like Fulton versus Inoue again with this combination to the corner. Oh, yeah. Oh, round's over. What? Wow. Wow. You want to talk about an incredible affair. Inoue, the monster, is striking harder than ever before. We're seeing, and see, he's doing simple stuff. That's the thing. He's not, this Inoue doesn't even look like the best Inoue that we've seen from fights past. It doesn't look like the Inoue from Marlon Tapales. Doesn't look like the Inoue from Stephen Fulton. It doesn't. Doesn't look like the Inoue from Nonita Donaire. This looks like an Inoue that's doing simple stuff, and it's just cleaning out Doheny. It just is. And that straight right to the body. It is a monster of a shot. It really is. It's an incredible shot. It's a shot that people don't talk about when it comes with Inoue. But brother, it will hurt you. It'll put you in dire straits. Yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. As Dale Anderson so eloquently put, Inoue is going to break that Philly shell. He broke it now, and he's on the attack again as round 7 takes place. Uh-oh. Well, do we have an injury? Do we have an injury? Whoa. Oh. Wait a minute. Is the fight over? Is the fight over? Is the fight over? Is it over? Is the fight over? Hold on. Is he recovering? The fight's over. Fight's over. Was it by injury? Did he fights. Wow. Okay. Well, shoot. My gosh. Hold on. I guess the fight is I guess it's over. I guess the fight is over. Let me get the volume real quick. I need to hear exactly why this fight is ended. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so what happened? So he was straight right by Inoue, landed. He got hurt. Body attack constantly. What now? On that replay, on that replay, it looks like either two things happened. One, he could have broken an ankle or sprained an ankle or fractured an ankle. Potentially, that's what could happen. However, the second thing that could have happened was that he potentially punked out of the fight. Again, I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to say that's exactly what happened. No, I ain't saying that at all. What I'm saying is, when it comes to it, that looked strange. That looked incredibly strange. That looked odd. That looked odd. Wow, really? See, he's holding his back and he's limping with his foot. I don't know what happened. What happened? I guess we'll find out later on as to what happened. But as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have and still the undisputed super bantamweight champion of the world, NAOYA INOUE. Hey, clap it up! My gosh, my goodness, it's. I mean, shoot. I don't really know what to say. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. What happened too? I think it was a doctor stoppage. It's a technical knockout. Inoue won. Apparently, Doheny got injured off of that combination, but he's holding his back and he's holding his foot he's holding his back and he's limping as if something's wrong with his foot at the same time. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I really don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Again, I'm not somebody that downgrades injuries. No, no, no. I ain't doing it. We understand that happens wholeheartedly. This is a brutal sport and a bloody sport. But as of right now, it's saying it's a doctor stoppage. But what happened that caused that stoppage to happen? I don't know. He's holding his back, but he didn't get hit in the back. He didn't get hit. It wasn't like a George Foreman that he would go and hit you with a shot literally in the back, in the nape of your back, and you would go down. It wasn't like that. He caught you with a flurry of punches. A lot of them were blocked, to credit to Doheny. They were still doing damage, unless Inoue just got that level of power that you felt that all the way through your spleen, and it was blocked. I mean, credit to him. My gosh, what the world? We're talking about all-time level power, if that's the case. But as of right now, it might have been a fluke where we might have just seen somebody try to get out of a fight. See what? Okay, uppercut, jab to the head. Uppercut straight right to the head. What happened? See, in an undisputed fight, again, I'm not trying to play conspiracy theories. We don't, I hate conspiracy theories on the show. We don't do that here. We don't. But there is no other, there's nothing I can see from that angle that showed me that something actually happened to Doheny. Unless we get a doctor's note afterwards, I don't really know what else. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say, except for I think this might have been a brother that just wanted to get out of there. Because Inoue was pouring it on him. Inoue he was looking now for the KO. But shoot, it is what it is. I guess and still, my bad. And still undisputed champion. It's a crying shame. But now we have to look for what comes next. That's where the question really comes into place. Again, we're winding down now that the fight's over. Inoue won by TKO. Doctor stoppage due to injury by TJ Doheny. Don't know what exactly happened. Immediately said he couldn't fight anymore. So I got to see exactly what took place. Or I got to hear exactly what took place. But when it comes to Inoue and his next steps, now we can talk about, will he move up? Unless he faces off against Sam Goodman, who's the only other brother who also beat TJ Doheny. Unless he faces him, I don't know who else he needs to fight in the division outside of moving up. We talked about this before. We talked about Inoue moving up in weight. Talked about him. Is it time for him to go fight and face off against Brandon Figueroa? That's what we've been discussing. However, the question comes into place if he is ready. Not from a talent perspective, from a weight perspective. Reason being, with how Inoue is going about his career. Yes, he's trying to accomplish and trying to move up. Understandable. However, like we've talked about with Roy Jones Jr., like we talked about with Canelo Alvarez, if you move up, it will affect you. If you move up too far above what you can do, it will make it so that you essentially lose everything that made you so special. That's absolutely a viable option or a viable risk that can happen. If I find out that's what happened to DJ, then anyway, just if you know what? You're absolutely right. If I find out that Inoue got hit in the back, and if I find out that Inoue punched this brother through his block, and he injured the brother in his back, then no, we're looking at one of the at this point, forget Tank. We're looking at Inoue as currently right now the strongest puncher in the world. We're putting that on par with Deontay Wilder. If that's the case, if that happens, if we see that, if we find out that Inoue ruptured the spleen of TJ Doheny through his block, that's like that's some Wilt Chamberlain mythological nature type stuff. That's stuff that you would hear from Ernie Shavers. Like, you punched so hard, I felt it. My ancestors felt it. That's George Foreman level type power. You punch somebody and a different body part gets injured. If we find out that something ruptured from a punch through the guard of Naoya Inoue, my gosh, that is the scariest. That's one of the scariest things I've ever heard, let alone witnessed. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That's like when Tank made Hector Garcia go blind with that shot that ended the fight, even though it didn't knock him down. But per Hector's words, saying he literally could not see. That's like that. If that's the case, that's horrible. In my opinion, this is more impressive. If we see that Inoue does this to somebody in the body through the block with your arm blocking the blow, you know what? I almost don't want that to happen. Because if that does happen, now we're looking at, okay, maybe Inoue shouldn't be boxing. Because right now, this is a health risk for anybody else that gets in the ring. We're looking at a potential Ivan Drago situation. Somebody is just that dominant that they just, it's movie type power. That would be ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Forget the monster. Again, we call him the myth on this channel. We don't call Inoue the monster here. We call him the myth because everything he does is unbelievable. If that happens and that is true, that we see that he got injured in his back from a punch to the body that was blocked, like, let alone we find out that punch sent shockwaves and fractured his ankle as well. Again, that's a Hajime no Ippo level type moment. That's a final boss type of play. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. That'd be insane. That'd be wild. But again, it just speaks to the level of, again, this wasn't even, understand this for those who are watching, new to the stream. What's up? How you doing? Glad you came and joined on to the Watch Report live stream of Inoue versus TJ Doheny, which just ended. Again, we're still trying to figure out exactly what the injury was that made Doheny pull out of the fight, or rather get the fight stopped. But even still, Inoue wins by technical decision to retain his super bantamweight title in a fight that, again, this wasn't his best showing. Now that's not now it's a testament to how great he is, because even with him not being quote unquote just outright whitewashing, though he was cleaning house, it was still like a sublime display. It's crazy to say I've seen better from Inoue, and Inoue could still beat everybody that he previously faced. It was an easy pick. A walk in the park. That's what this was. It was a literal stroll by Inoue. Didn't do nothing flashy. Didn't do nothing crazy. He just went and did what needed to be done, the bare minimum. And it was enough to make TJ Doheny essentially stop. It's incredible. It is indeed incredible. But when we look at what his trajectory is now, question comes, like I said before, can he face Brandon Figueroa? Will he move up? If he can move up. And I'm trying to wait to see if there's a response to whether he will or will not do something. If your stream is ahead of mine, please go on and tell me if you hear whether or not he said he's moving on to bigger or greater things in another division or not. But even still, if he is indeed ready, then I would like to see it happen. I really would. I really would. Because I don't think that if he moved up in weight, it would take away from his body. It would take away from his ability. It would take away from his power. And it would take away from his stamina. Again, we've seen him spar or in exhibitions in Japan at 135. We've seen him do it before. We've seen him balloon up to heavyweights as well as a big man. Actually, I forgot about that. There's a fight I didn't even recognize. Even beyond Brandon Figueroa versus Inoue. NAOYA Inoue versus Junto Nakatani. Bantamweight versus super bantamweight champion. That fight, you want to talk about one of the better fights of a generation. That would be incredible. Incredible to watch. Absolutely wow to watch. Because see, here's the thing. People have pound for pound expectations. People have pound for pound. Everybody has their own list. Everybody's got their own just due as to who is due to be deemed a pound for pound ranked fighter. What I go by is two things. That ESPN to get the initial the gauge for the public, and then Transatlantic Boxing. What's it called? What's it called? The Transatlantic Boxing Ranking Board. Essentially, Teddy Atlas has talked about this too. I believe he's on the board as well. But it's a website that gets all expert journalists and experts from around the combat sports and boxing community, or specifically in the boxing community, to come in and make a ranking strictly based on a set type of criteria as they have listed there. It's incredibly resourceful. It's incredibly reputable. It is very, very, very accurate. And it's one of the best things to follow. And when it comes to that list, anyway, it's right up there. But there's a real argument that Junto Nakatani should be up there too. We're talking about a incredible bantamweight champion. A dominant bantamweight champion. Undefeated bantamweight champion. They can beat you in so many different ways. And he's got the length and size on anyway, though he's at bantamweight. When I say size, I mean height-wise, height and length-wise. And he's incredibly smart in his own right. And he got pop to prove it. And he got speed. The brother is a showman. I believe his last fight was a knockout in the first round. He apologized because he ended it too early and wanted to give the people a show. It was, talk about a war that people don't even expect. I would love to see Junto move up and fight against Inoue. I would love to see that. I would love to see that fight. An all Japan outright spectacle between two of some of the best in the country. One of them being one of the best pound for pound, arguably the best pound for pound, in my opinion. Do I have him second or third? I think I have him third behind Terrence, only because Terrence just beat Madrimov, even though it was a close affair, for another division title. We got to give credit where credit is due. Hence why I have him ranked as the second pound for pound fighter in the world behind Usyk, and then Inoue as third. Even though Inoue, again, legacy and resume, is at the top. Pound for pound is also about what you do in the immediate. And since that's the case, we have to give it to Crawford for now. We have to give it to Crawford for now. For now. Inoue can easily take up that top spot again with the greatest of ease. Because I've been saying, and I will continue to say, Inoue is as a talent, he is the best in the world. Pound for pound, Usyk's number one because of the win on Tyson Fury. He's going to get a rematch. If he wins that, I'll give it to him. He holds on to that spot. Crawford, because of what he did to Madrimov. Now, if he has a long layoff again, because he beat Madrimov, he was a close affair. He didn't dominate him. But because of what he did to Madrimov and beating Madrimov for the title, I have to respect that and put him as the second best with the other accolades he's already done and his skill set on top of it. Now, if he doesn't fight often again and has this incredibly long layoff, let alone if he waits for Canelo and doesn't fight at all up until he gets that fight, that's a problem. That bumps him back down. Inoue takes that second spot. Inoue goes and dominates and has an incredible performance potentially against another division champion, moves back up. Plain and simple. But with all that being said, we got chat. Excuse me, hold on before I continue. As a cross your fingers, yes, we hope, please hope that we see Inoue versus Figueroa, or we see Inoue versus Nakatani. Either one of those fights Incredible. Those fights I'd pay money for. In a heartbeat, I'd pay money. No skin off my back. I would love to see that fight. Love to see that fight. Let's see what anybody's probably the type of person who likes to complete things before he moves on. And you're right. Again, we saw it at bantamweight. He literally has fought 1 through 4 in the division outside of Sam Goodman. So you're absolutely right. He wants to clean it out. And plus, you don't want to move up too fast. Like we said earlier, examples of other people moving too fast in weight accomplishments, then it catches up to. And now they're never the same. Again, Roy Jones Jr., prime example. I'm not saying everybody can't. Again, Roberto Duran was able to do it. Was phenomenal. Other fighters have been able to do it. Yeah, Pacquiao was able to do it. Phenomenal. It's still a risk, though. Still a risk, so you have to make sure that you mitigate. If you know your body, you know what you can do. However, now that he's done all this, been undisputed, literally beaten 1 through 4 in the division, every viable contender, he's knocked out, literally. If he did move up, be no problem. Because I think he's completed the mission. I think he's done what he needed to do. He's ranked. He's dominated. He's accomplished. Now we can go for it. So, since that's the case, if he moves up, great. If he stays for Nakatani, even better. But either way, we're still, if not the next fight, probably after his next fight, if he stays at Super Bantam, then he'll move up to one to fight Figueroa. Most likely. That'll be the thing. That's most likely what's going to happen. If I move up, can edit to TJ though. Let's see. Maybe right. Hold on. Chat is moving, but I am seeing nothing. Or am I seeing something? There's something there. There's something there. Hold on. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to find you. I will find you. Yep. See, can edit to TJ though. He isn't a can. Oh, give credit. I'm assuming you're saying give credit to TJ though. He isn't a can. I'm assuming. Yeah. Can edit to TJ though? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming you said Daryl. I'm assuming you said give credit to TJ though. He ain't a can. No, he wasn't a push-up. Yeah, good. He isn't. No. Okay. See, here's the thing. In boxing, people have it that the record makes a fighter obsolete. That's not the case. In boxing, it should be that a loss doesn't end your career. It should be like the UFC. When you see boxers that go, or fighters that, while they lose, they're still fan favorites. They're still incredibly hard to beat. There's still people that can give any top contender a run for their money because they're not written off with just one loss. It normally takes 2 or 3 in a row before we start saying, hey, he might be done. We were saying Volkanovski in the UFC lost to Israel. Yet, it was like, everybody was like, oh, he's still one of the best in the world. We'd love to see the rematch. Like a loss didn't take out the momentum of his ability. Izzy, he lost to Duplessis. He got knocked out by what's his name? Alex Pereira. But it didn't dissuade the momentum of his career. He's still one of the top fighters in the UFC. Now, granted, he's lost 4 of the last 5. Now we're start asking questions as to what he is as a boxer, or as a UFC fighter. But that's because he lost 4 of the last 5. Not because he lost 1 fight and now he's done. No, he lost to Sean Strickland. Now he lost to Duplessis. He lost to Alex Pereira but got his revenge. But even still, of the last couple fights, he's lost the majority of them. We have to start asking, what are you as a fighter? That's when you start asking questions. Not when it's just 1 or 2 losses. They have that mentality in the UFC. And that's why every fight is always engaging. Because everybody has to fight everybody, and you don't get written off just because of one off night. That's the thing. You don't get written off just because of one-off night. And since you don't, since that happens, like, since that happens, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Or you don't have to live in fear of the loss. You can go and accomplish and thrive. You go and accomplish and thrive, and you can be something. That's what Inoue does. That's what other people do. That's why we have fighters that they could be great. Again, Isaac Cruz, look at what happens when you put a boxer in position even after a loss. Now you get another fan favorite. Isaac Cruz lost to Tank. Next thing you know, people want to see him fight again. Put on a great display. Now, boom, got an opportunity to fight Rolly Romero. Won the title. Got to defend his title. Lost. We still want to see him again, even after his second defeat. It shouldn't just be that you can just go and once you lose, you're done in boxing. There should be a level of, there should be a better level of ability to have your record be a true representation of who you are, not by the numbers of losses or wins, but by the quality of opponent that you have at your disposal. That's where the biggest thing should come. But it doesn't. Oftentimes it doesn't. Oftentimes it's not the case. It's a crying shame, but it's the truth. If it was like that, we would see a lot more crossover stars, crossover appeal throughout the nations of boxing as a whole. We would see that. But we don't, because record means everything. The number is everything. It's not it's not what the number represents. It's just the number. That's all it is. The number is the only thing that matters. It's not about what that number represents. What is that one or two loss on your resume? Who is it that made that happen? That's what makes that credible. Or, oh yeah, we should look at that with disdain. It's simple. But because because boxing public, they're fickle with how they view and how much they want to move off on somebody that, one, isn't their favorite fighter, or two, is somebody they just don't care about. It's like, it's a crying shame. It really is a crying shame. Because you're messing up everybody else who has the ability to be something. All because you don't want to give them another chance. Or you don't want to give them an opportunity. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. None whatsoever. And again, if my stream is lagging, please, I'm trying to do the best I can. Trying to do the best I can. So bear with me if something's going wrong on the stream. But yeah, what other questions do you all have? Pushing on. Whoa, pushing on. Oh shoot, pushing on 2 hours 27. Man, I'm only used to doing. I'm used to doing 1 hour. Oh, this is great. This is phenomenal. I can go for days. Oh, this is phenomenal. I can just keep this going. You got 7 people, 7 likes. Yes, keep on coming in. Anybody that joins the stream, please come on in. Like the video, like the stream, comment, whatever you want to do. Join in on the first live stream of the Welch Report with me, Jean-Luc Welch, on this YouTube platform. Again, we're normally a podcast. We come on every podcasting platform, Google, Spotify, you name it, we're on there. And we're trying to build an empire. We're trying to build a conglomerate that we can make essentially a media empire. All thanks to you and your support. And with this, hey, this will be a multi-time deal. I'll be more than happy to make this happen more often. We love it. Absolutely love it. Even better, maybe we'll start doing live shows. The podcast, maybe we'll be live from now on. Who knows? We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of that. In fact, we're trying to make live podcasts more of a thing on this channel with the success or with the perceived success of this performance of this stream. So, hey, give us your thoughts and opinions. Please don't be afraid to comment. We'd love to hear how you feel. We still got more comments in the thing, and people still say Inoue is not pound by pound because his vision's crashed. No, see, you're right. See, the problem with the divisions as a whole, if you aren't one of the bigger ones, people don't care. It's a crime. Once you cross the threshold of 135, now you get some level of respect. Beyond that, people don't care. It's a crying shame that they don't. I talked about this at the start of the stream. If you want to go back to it, in fact, feel free to go back and replay this whole thing. Get the watch hours up on my channel. Oh yeah, monetization's on the way. Yes, indeed. And then we can make this whole setup bigger and better for you all, the viewing and listening public, because you all deserve it. Absolutely. And this community is going to be built on progress, and it's all thanks to you all. But selfless plug aside, when it comes to the divisions of boxing, this division, bantamweight, super bantamweight, flyweight, oh, there are dogs everywhere. There are dogs everywhere in this division. Everywhere. You can turn on a random fight and you'll see an absolute spectacle of a war. Almost every time. Almost every time. It never fails. And it's because when it comes to the fights of bantamweight, everybody has more skill. Everybody has to use all the tools in their tool belt, because you don't have the respect of just, I got power and I can take a punch, hence I can go and just walk you down and do the bare minimum and get the job done. Everybody, it's not like that. It's not like that at all for the whole of the division. It's not like that for everybody. Hence, they're better technically in every aspect. They're better technically in every facet when it comes to the grander scope of boxing acumen. You see so much going on because they have so much at their disposal. It's just the fact that Inoue is the very best of that division. And when you combine somebody that has all the tools of the bigger weight classes, but the technical prowess of the small weight class, you got yourself one of the best fighters that we've ever seen in the history of boxing. Nay, the history of the sport as a whole. The history of combat sports, period. I've said this before. He's got a Roy Jones Jr. quality of fighter in him. Unlike with Roy, not unlike with Roy. The flip side with Inoue is that Roy, it was athleticism first in terms of how his boxing style was. Athleticism first and then boxing prowess. Now, with Inoue, it's boxing prowess first, then athleticism second in terms of what backs what. Roy Jones Jr. mastered the sport of boxing, but his fighting style was built on athleticism. And he could do that because it was backed by boxing knowledge and understanding and mastering the fundamentals. That's how Roy Jones Jr. fought. Athleticism was here, and then it was backed or supported by the mastery of being a savant at boxing, the fundamental skill. Because of that support, allowed for him to do the athletic stuff that breaks all the rules. But it worked because he understood the fundamentals to a T. Mastery, like I said before. One of the greatest boxers we will ever see. I'll touch on something. I was about to say something with Roy. I'm going to say it right after this. Continue with the explanation. With Inoue, the difference with him is the same barometer in terms of Roy Jones Jr. The way he goes about it is just different. It's flipped. Inoue fights with discipline and with technique first. And then after, what backs that technique is then the athleticism. You see, he does everything right. And then when he goes to make a move, the athleticism backs the technique that he does. That makes everything so detrimental and so flawless and nearly perfect. The quintessential boxer, if you ever wanted one. He's almost the perfect fighter. That's what we're saying. That's Inoue. And because that's Inoue, it's Roy Jones Jr. of the modern era. Don't get fooled by people like Ben Whitaker, who, again, good fighter, is doing a lot of stuff that we would see Roy do, playing around in the ring, having fun, being able to be elusive and all this. Yeah, no, that's great. That's phenomenal. That's not Roy. That is the fighting style is Roy-like. That's not Roy Jones Jr. Anyway, that is what Roy Jones Jr. is. It's just a different version of Roy. Roy, who would stay and never get away from the fundamentals, would fight like NAOYA INOUE. Avoid, if he fought with the technique first and then the athleticism and instinct second, most likely he would fight like Inoue. Still be as dominant, still be incredible, still be nigh untouchable. That wouldn't change. That wouldn't change at all. But they're two sides of the same coin. That's what Inoue and Roy Jones Jr. are. They are two parts of the same circle. A literal yin and yang. Not just because one's Japanese fair skin and the other one's black. And just because of that. Literally, they are the opposites of each other. When you put them together, they make up the same style. Dominance to a T. Unmitigated ferocity. If you watch One Piece, for those who watch anime, big fan of the show, big fan of anime as a whole. If you got any anime fans out there, please, hey, tell me. Love to know. Love to interact. Absolutely. But if you watch anime, show called One Piece, they have this power. They have a bunch of different powers in the show. One of them is called Haki. Haki is the ability to enhance yourself. But you got to be special to do it. There's different types. Specifically, Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki is essentially your will is so strong to win that anybody who is not up to the same standard of willpower as you, in your very presence, will crumble and fall. Literally pass out. You could beat somebody in the show by just being so aura-driven that they just fall out. That's what Haki, that's a version of Haki called Conqueror's Haki. That's what Inoue's got. That's what Canelo has. That's what people like Terrence Crawford have. These dominant, diminutive fighters who are able to just control everything. That's what they got. Roy Jones Jr. had it. Shoot, Ali had it. Joe Frazier had it. Even though he got beat by Foreman, Joe Frazier was the man that Foreman was afraid of when Foreman was the scariest man in the heavyweight division. Nay, in all of boxing when he was at the best of his abilities. And Foreman said on interviews he was scared of Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier had that level of conqueror's ability. That conqueror's Haki nature. That ability to be so outright driven to win. That if you don't have that same level of determination, you will just conquer out and fall. You've lost the fight before it even starts. Mike Tyson, same way. You'll lose the fight before it even starts. That's what Inoue's got. He's got that in droves. Doheny tried to look all confident, but as we saw as the fight went on, he got more and more detrimental. The smile went away. The confidence went away. The bouncing went away. Even the Philly shell went away. Everything went away. I said it in the breakdown. Did I not? Clap it up. Give it up to me. I said it in the breakdown of this fight. If you want to go back and watch the fight prediction on this channel, I said that he would strip away everything that I said that Inoue would strip away everything that Doheny has at his disposal to where it will look like Paul Butler by the time the fight's over. And in fact, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. He went, and by the end of the fight, before the doctor stoppage, we saw TJ shut up in the ropes, not being able to do anything. And it ended. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. What round did it what round did it end? What round did it end? It ended in. Hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. Did he get it right? I hope he didn't. Frank, are you still here? Franklin, are you still here? Because if you're still here, brother, you called it right. Did you know? You called it right. My gosh. Franklin, hold on. Where is it? I'm a pin it. It's right. It's here somewhere. Not Franklin. Ty, are you still here? Ty, Buddy, you called it right. Yes, indeed. If I can get it up here. If I can get it, where is Ty? Ty, if you're still here, I hope you're still here. Pin the message. We pinning it. We pinning it. Yes, indeed. Ty, ladies and gentlemen, we have a correct prediction. KO in second by Ty. But I called it right down to the round. Literally, stoppage in round 7. Give credit where credit is due. Ty, if you're still here, well, you you might be asleep, depending on what time it is in Japan. But again, thank you for joining in on live. And brother, he called it. He called it. I think I got it right for my gauge within within 5 to 7 rounds. So yeah, Franklin, you're still here. Won't you? Do you want me to call you Franklin? I'll call you Franklin. We'll call you by your actual name. We won't unless given permission. He won't give you nicknames up until we get a little more acquaintance. It's only the first time going around. But even still, again, thank you for staying with us. Oh, you had to take your kids to school. I forgot. School's still here. Oh, dang it. I miss it. No, I don't. I've graduated. I got my master's degree. I'm good. I hope your children have phenomenal education. Absolutely. Hope they're safe and well off at their schools. And hope I know they're going to be phenomenal. Bright kids already. Because you're a bright parent for joining in on the best show in all the globe. Right here on the Watch Report with me, Jean-Luc White. Jean-Luc White. It's a horrible plug. I'm sorry. But again, really, thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. Daryl, what did you say? You said, and people say, anyway, let's see. Even what did you say? Anyway, is the internet. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Inouye is, you're right. Inouye is absolutely an international face in boxing. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it. We'll try to, again, maybe it's because I'm a little delirious and tired because I've been up all night trying to prep for these fights and for this stream. But we'll come up with nicknames and stuff like that as the streams go on. But again, thank you so much for the support, for real. But no, Daryl, you're absolutely right. When it came to Roy Jones Jr., Roy, he said that Inouye is an international face of boxing, which is true, which is wholeheartedly true. Inouye is the international face of boxing. But with that being said, there's still a distinction. There's still a level. There is still a level. See, Inouye, the problem with Inouye, and I don't say problem as in he is a problem. The problem with Inouye in the public eye of boxing is the fact that, and I asked it, I think frankly you hear when I talked about this earlier in the show, when it comes to the face of boxing, that's where the question comes. Because we watch Inouye, we know what he is. We know how good he is. We know that he should be seen by everybody as one of the faces of the sport outright. It shouldn't be just pound for pound, his name only gets brought up in conversation. It should be in every conversation, Inouye gets brought up in some form or fashion. He should be one of the hottest tickets in the entire globe. That's what Inouye should be. But his stardom is mega. It is Canelo level in Japan. But then here in the States and even in Britain and in Europe and other countries, it's not as known. It's like, it's respected, but it's not, it's not fanfared or acclaimed to the level of a Gervonta Tank Davis or of a Canelo Alvarez, even to a Terrence Crawford, who just now has gotten the spotlight of being up here as a major name in boxing due to his accomplishment of beating Errol Spence Jr. so dominantly. Even he's got more, we'll say, movement and clout per se than with Naoya Inoue. Again, Inoue in Japan and in Asia, incredible. We're not disputing that. We're saying from a global perspective, like with Mexico, like with America. Do you know why I have a lot of comments on my videos and stuff like that? Well, I don't have a lot of comments. I'm still growing. I ain't major. I know where I'm at. I'm trying to grow. We're trying to push the show forward, absolutely. But when it comes to when it comes to You see comment section. You see people talking about Tank. Tank is pound for pound number one. Tank's the best in the world. Yeah, all this stuff. You bring up Inoue. A lot of people say who, or they say who he's fought, which is in their mind nobody. And you got to go to bat trying to defend all this stuff. He fought. He beat Tapales, a great fighter. He beat Paul Butler to get the undisputed championship. He became undisputed twice. He fought Stephen Fulton in his first fight in a new division to become a champion at super bantamweight. But yet people don't view that as anything. And it's because they don't view Inoue as a real big name. Because again, goes back to the conversation that we had with lower weight classes. If Inoue was at 130 even, or 135, we would be saying he's the best in the world. Most of the world would be saying he is the best in the world. Most of them, almost everybody. If he was fighting at 135 and doing the same stuff, most pundits and boxers and fans would have him as pound for pound best in the world. Even over Usyk right now, because he's fighting at 135. Because that division is known. That division is, when we talk about small fighters, in a division that has the ability, or what's the word? In a division that is still small and has the most technical ability throughout the entire landscape of the division, where on average everybody can legitimately brawl and go down and throw down. 135 is about that threshold where people take hold and take respect. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez before he moved up, Lomachenko. You see what I'm saying? It's a slew of big names that everybody respects, loves, and or hates, but still they go and they get their praise because it's at 135. It's the minimum threshold for people to care. Under that, people don't care unless you're one of the few names like Tank or like a Manny Pacquiao. That's it. That is it. And it's a struggle. That's what we're trying to change. Get people to know and understand the greater scheme of the boxing landscape so that then we can have people be more, not just more infatuated or smarter with what boxing has to offer in the grand scheme, but also be able to find, oh wait, we need to give these people their due respect, because not just is the boxing world bigger, but also it is filled with people that, if you dominate this division, you deserve to be top 10. It would be a lot easier, but it's just not the case. But so when it comes to, again, wrapping around to Daryl's statement, when it comes to Inoue as a international name, he indeed is. And he should be one of the three faces in boxing. He absolutely should. Because he's got everything you would want. Knockouts left, right, and center. Exciting fighting style. Goes and will go to war with you. However way you want it. Can't outbox you. Has the looks, has the physique, has the following in one country. So he's got the popularity of one place like Canelo. Canelo in Mexico is Inoue in Japan. He's got the power of a Deontay Wilder or Tank Davis. He's got the boxing ability of an Usyk or Terrence Crawford. In my opinion, better than both of them. So he's got everything you would want to ask for from a superstar global name that is known, respected, and beloved by the world. Issue is he fights at a weight class that people don't give the respect. Hence why you keep seeing people say, well, he can't beat Tank. Well, Tank can't beat him. Let's be honest. If Tank fought against Inoue, Tank's getting knocked out. I've been saying that. If Inoue was scaled to anybody else's weight class, he gets them out of there. He knocks them out. He knocks out Usyk. He'll go to war with Terrence Crawford. That'll be great. He'll beat Tank Davis. He'll beat Canelo. He'll beat Beterbiev. Regardless, don't matter who. no matter what division, Inoue was in it. If he was scaled to that weight class, he would be the best in that weight class. Plain and simple. It's not a question of how good he is. It's a question of how much do you respect his greatness. Because if you don't respect it because of where he fights, that's on you. Because you had to do your research to find out who the world tank was. It wasn't just, oh man, this brother, he knocked out somebody and it looked incredible. Okay, yeah, he's the best in the world. No, you went and looked at who else he fought. What other performances did he do? And then you were like, oh man, oh, this brother's great. If you can do that with Tank, you can do that with Inoue. If you can respect Lomachenko, you can respect Inoue. If you can respect Terrence Crawford, you can respect Inoue. It doesn't make any sense why you would. If Tank is giving Inoue his respect, why not you? You see what I'm saying? If Tank is giving his respect to Inoue, he's not saying he would beat him. He's not saying he would destroy him. He's not saying he's easy work. He's saying, oh, yo, he's one of my favorite fighters. Oh, yo, I study Tank. I study Inoue when he's fighting. Oh, yeah, if me and him fought, notice every other time Tank has ever said he would fight somebody, he would be, what would he be? Every time Tank said he would fight somebody, easy work. Light work. Get him out of there. I knock him out. You ain't on my level. Inoue, never said a word about it. Never said a word. Never said a word about how he would just destroy him. Every time he would say, he would be, if I had to choose one fighter to fight, it would be Inoue. That'd be a good fight. Never says he would win. Not saying he doesn't believe he would win, but never says he would win. Never said he would dominate. He says, no, that would be, every time he talks about Inoue, that would be a good fight. That's all he says. But people still don't respect Inoue. Though the best fighters, their favorite fighter. Inoue is most likely your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. At that point, if you can't respect him, I don't know what else to do. To be honest, I had no idea who Tapalos was. But after the fight with Inoue, I can see why he was a champion. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. See, you're absolutely right. Dale, you're absolutely right. Tapalos is a brother who, like, you're absolutely right. Tapalos is a man who people didn't know. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't. Again, I'm young. 25. Getting ready to be 26. My birthday month, by the way. Hey. Birthday's on the horizon. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We are going to be celebrating all month long, absolutely. But I'm still young. As much boxing knowledge as I've humbly accumulated through trying to essentially play catch up and truly trying to understand the sport the best I can so I can do this for you all legitimately. Not just with this, but with basketball as well and other sports as well. I want this to be a multi-hub for everybody can come to and learn about everything and talk about everything. But with Inoue and Tapalos, I didn't know who Tapalos was. I did my research before the fight to see what he was about. Yo, that brother, who? Oh my gosh. And even then, I thought he was going to be work that Inoue could handle relatively easily, not to disrespect Tapalos, but because I thought his style was primed for what Inoue would be able to do. Lo and behold, we got ourselves, that was the second best fight Inoue ever had outside of the first fight with Nonito Donaire. It was incredible. It was fireworks every single punch. Action nonstop throughout the entirety of the round. It was incredible. Tapalos fought his best fight against Inoue. And it was like that Tapalos would give anybody crazy work. But because Inoue, he was able to knock him out. But no, it was incredible. But I didn't know who he was up until I went and followed Inoue, followed the career, learned about the division as a whole, and got an understanding of, wait a minute, yo, this division is deep. This division is incredibly deep. And I wasn't the guy that was already detracting. It was just, I just didn't know. Now that I know, hey, I now got better context to give credit where credit is due. And Tapalos is an incredible champion. I wouldn't be surprised if he became champion again with how good he is, as he showed against Inoue. My gosh, that Tapalos was incredible and phenomenal to watch. But Nobody knows. And it's different if you don't know and are, I say this respectfully, if you're ignorant to the fact of the matter, that's fine. If you're oblivious to the fact of the matter, that's fine. If you just don't know, then that's whatever. That happens. You won't know everything. Boxing is a vast sport. You're not going to know everybody. You're not going to know everybody in the division or in every single division, unless it's your job. And even then, there are fighters that I've seen where even the telecasters are like, I have no clue who this brother is. It's fully understandable. There are tens of thousands of boxers across the world. You're not going to know everybody. Perfectly fine. But the problem comes when somebody does know something and then they tell you something and then you then don't take it as real. Now I get it. Everybody, you can't trust everybody. But I'm talking about reputable people telling you something, trying to inform you, and then you don't still take that to heart to at least say, oh man, I didn't realize that. Let me try to dig a little deeper. That's on you at that point if you still want to be oblivious. Not you, Daryl, not you at all. This is not talking about you. This is talking about the grander scope of the boxing foundation per se. The grander scope of the casual fan who want to be fans. That we're talking about that. Not you. No, you're fine. You're wonderful. No problems there. Again, we love everybody. This whole community is built to love, laugh, and learn. That's what we do. Laugh, love, and learn. Laugh at stuff we see. Have fun. Be energetic. Be enthusiastic. Absolutely. Love on each other. Give everybody their just due. Support you when you're down. Give you props when you're up. Give everybody in here. We want to be a family. Absolutely. We want to make some money on the side, but still, but we want to build a community. That's what we are. And then we learn. If you don't know, this is made to help you learn, help you grow, help you understand better about the sport or sports as a whole. Whether you're in the NBA, if you're into the NFL, if you're into boxing, we got you covered. That's what we want to do. Give you an opportunity to see a part of the horizon, a part of the landscape of the sports ethos that you may not have understood before, or you may not have known about. Expose you to new identities of fighters. Somebody could be your favorite fighter and you never knew it. That's what we want to build on this platform. And that's how we found out about Tapalas. That's how I found out about Nakatani. That's how I found out about a lot of people. A lot of people. It's all because when I tried to look beyond what was just in my front view, I'm not going to know everybody. I'm not going to be right all the time. I'm definitely not going to be right all the time. I'm going to be stupid. I'm going to be oblivious. I'm going to be ignorant. We all have their faults. Everybody does. But the goal is we work through them. If we do that, now we all become better, both in life and in sports. Then with that type of support, we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. But I think, where we at? How long? This has been what? How long has this stream been? Has it been 3 hours? 2 hours? Has this officially been a 3-hour stream? Wait a minute. Hold on. Where's my timetable? How do I gauge this? We have been on live for approximately 2 hours and 59 minutes. My word. This is great. This is phenomenal. We had 6 people. We had 10 people at one point in here. 6 people that came through and stayed out. Daryl, Franklin, y'all have been wonderful. I think if y'all got anything to say, I'll give you pause to say it now. But I think with this 3-hour marker, I think it's time to wrap it up and successfully bid adieu to the first of potentially many Welch Report live streams, live commentaries for the channel. Again, thank you so much for watching and listening. This has been a great show. It truly has been an experience. We had some technical difficulties, don't get me wrong. The fight went out. My gosh. The fight went out on my side where all of a sudden it just conked down. I couldn't see the fight. We almost had a disastrous thing. I almost had you all telling me what was going to happen with the fight. But I think we're gonna wrap it up real quick. What's it say? What do you think about Inoue versus the Fulton rematch? If Inoue, let's see, that's a good question. If Inoue and Fulton ever fought against each other again, Inoue would knock him out in 5 rounds instead of 8. It would be a quicker demolition job. So here's the thing: if Inoue beats you, if Inoue beats you, it's one thing. Like with many fighters, if they've already beaten you and they're as dominant as they are, they'll beat you quicker the next time. Like we saw with Inoue versus DOHENY. But with Inoue and Fulton, that's a different story. Inoue and Fulton, when they fought, their fight, Inoue beat him at his own game. See, that's the scary thing. That's the scary thing. We've seen monster movies. When a monster is able to just be a dominant force, they're horrifying. But one of the scariest things is when a monster is able to mimic the person they're trying to catch and kill. Now, everything that you feared goes up to 11. Because now you know me better than I know myself as somebody who isn't me. And that monster is then able to infiltrate and destroy with the greatest of ease at that point. That is what Inoue would do to Fulton. And he already did it the first time when he beat Fulton at Fulton's own outboxing game. Outboxed the best boxer in the division. Outboxed the best boxer that would have been a potential who was already a perennial top 10 pound for pound fighter before that fight even took place. That's what Fulton was. And Inoue beat him at his own boxing regime. Because of that, there's no way in the world. There's no way if Fulton fought Inoue again, he wouldn't be able to do anything. What's he going to do, stand and bang? Is he going to stand and bang with one of the most dominant punchers that we have in boxing today? One of the best finishers in boxing today? One of the best combination punchers that we have in boxing today? He's going to stand and bang as who's been routinely respectfully, a pillow-fisted fighter who doesn't have any knockouts to his resume, who went in an infighting war with Figueroa and couldn't do anything. It arguably lost that fight. It was a close affair, don't get me wrong. But you mean to tell me that he's gonna go to war with that when he already knows that he can't take the power of Inoue anymore? After getting caught, dropped, and knocked out? There's no way. He doesn't have anything else at his disposal. Fulton can do nothing against Inoue. There is nothing he can do. He can't get stronger. He can't get faster. He can't get bigger. And he can't punch any harder. So if he tries to go for broke, because apparently you can't outbox Inoue anymore. You can't. Fulton tried and failed miserably. Fulton was made to look like an amateur when he tried to box Inoue. There's no way, there's no chance that Inoue would give Fulton any form of lull at that point. Because then I can either fight you the same way and beat you the same way. Or now that I know what's coming, and I already figured out how to beat it, I can breeze right through you. You'll be even more scared than you were the first time when you fight me. Because now you know I can beat you at a style that you are supposed to be the very best at. I can out counter you. I can outbox you. I can out jab you. I can beat you on points if I want to. But you know I'm going to try to knock you out. And now that you already know I can and have knocked you out before, already elevated level of fear. You've already lost the fight before you even started. You talked all that smack and now you ain't got nothing to say. There will be nothing that Fulton will be able to do. And Fulton's still a great fighter. I'm not talking about Fulton like he's a bum now just because he lost to Inoue. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's still a great fighter. I believe, isn't he? He's on the undercard, I think, of, it's either Canelo or of Bivol versus Beterbiev. One of the two he's on the undercard of. If I got my fight cards correctly. No. He's a great fighter still. Can still be a championship contender. Is still one of the better boxers that boxing has. There's no issue with that. But when it comes to Fulton versus Inoue, there is an issue that Fulton would absolutely get destroyed if he ever fought Inoue again. There's the reason why nobody was calling for that rematch, because he got beat so definitively. It wasn't just, oh, he got knocked out, give me another rematch. No, he got beat so soundly at every facet of boxing that there is no need for a rematch. There isn't. He didn't just blow through you with power and stuff. He beat you at your own game. He outboxed who was supposed to be the better boxer, and then proceeded to go and switch to what Inoue normally does, which is go and knock you out and beat you with power and aggression. And he beat you on both fronts. He beat you with power and aggression. He beat you with outright boxing acumen alone. Made you look like a fool. Made you look like an amateur. That's just how good Inoue is. There wouldn't be a need for a rematch. And if they did rematch, he would knock him out in less than 5 rounds. I guarantee you, if they ever did rematch. If they ever did. Inoue versus Tank after 3 years is possible. Now, see, it is possible. But the issue is, how long is Tank going to fight? It's an odd question, I know. But it's a real question. Tank has already said he doesn't want to fight for long. Tank has already said he's got a hit list of people that he wants to go and fight after. He already beat Ryan Garcia. Still wants to fight Devin Haney. Still wants to fight Lomachenko, even though Lomachenko right now is out of the sport due to, I believe, was it personal reasons, taking a break to be with his family. Now, he could have fought Lomachenko early on in his career. But again, like I said earlier, under Floyd, Floyd did not want him to fight Lomachenko. Hence why that fight never did happen. Now that he's not under Floyd and under his own career, there were still opportunities that he should have fought Lomachenko sooner. There are. There really are. But still now he's looking to gun for him. It's just at this point in time, it might be, we'll see what happens. But even still, Inoue and Tank, after 3 years, it is possible. I just don't know if it's likely because of the fact that not necessarily they're too old. Because again, Tank is 29, Inoue's 31. The gap in age is there. The primes are there. That's not the problem. It's how long they want to stay in the sport. That's the issue. Tank doesn't want to stay in the sport for long. He said it himself. He doesn't want to be in this forever. He and Jared Anderson both have said, I don't want to be in the sport for long. I don't want to be boxing my life away all this time. Yeah, I love it. But I want to be able to enjoy life. That's what both of them have said it in interviews separately. They've said it. And with that being the case, with Inoue and Tank, the weight class discrepancy for Inoue to catch up to 135, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying by the time he would have gotten there, it may be that Tank may be done by that timeline. Because again, 3 years, 120 was it? Bantamweight, super bantamweight to 122. 122 to 135. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. We have to respectfully, it is a lot. And so you don't, again, with how we see Inoue going about pacing himself, still again cleaning house in said divisions, but with how we see him pacing himself and smartly going about moving through weight classes, not going overly jumping the gun too quickly before his body can comfortably adapt and then be ready to move on, as we've seen with people like Roy Jones Jr. Moved up, kept on going up until he went to heavyweight and then moved back down. Next thing you know, he was ruined. Never was the same. Never was the same Roy. So when it comes to Inoue versus Tank, it's not about the age. It's about how long will Tank box. And I say that because he himself has said he's not boxing for long. And if that does happen, unless Tank is willing to come down to like 130, I don't know if we'll see that fight happen. Because by the time, Inoue, if he does keep moving up, and we still don't know, we're expecting him to keep on going and transitioning into weight class. But if it doesn't happen, it might be 4 years, potentially, that we see Tank in Inoue be like, oh, this could actually happen. But by that time, if Tank's with 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, he said he wants to be out at about 32. So I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying, be a little more cautious. I'll have a better timetable of what I can say it will or won't based on what the next move of Inoue is. Inoue stays at super bantamweight, most likely I'll say it's not going to happen. If Inoue moves up now, after this fight with Doheny, then I'll say, okay, we might have something. Then I'll say that. But at this point in time, I can't say it for certain if that fight would happen. It'll be incredible to watch. Don't get twisted. It'll be incredible to watch. Absolutely. My gosh, that would be incredible. But can it happen? I'm not really sure just yet. Which is often Bob Arum saying, anyways, first fight in 2025 might be in Las Vegas. Me personally, there's no point. Inoue proves he doesn't need to fight in the U.S. even though casuals are just ignorant. See? Now, with that being the case, let's see. Inoue, Brian Norman, Inoue, Tank Boots are probably present knockout. Oh, yeah. Hey, again, Dante Wilder hasn't officially retired. He's a knockout puncher as well. Benavidez, he's a knockout puncher, but in terms of volume respect, he will beat you. He will break you. He got power. Don't get me wrong. But he will break you down and beat you up. And when he doesn't fight in the U.S. to gain respect, he's perfectly capable of getting set. See, and so, again, here we go. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Wait a minute. No, that's not it. Actually, no. There we go. This is it. He got some problems. See, this is what I was waiting on. This is exactly what I was waiting on. This specific conversation. We talked about, again, Franklin, you were here. We talked about this earlier. This is exactly what I was getting at. The question with Inoue, with him coming to Vegas, does he need to prove himself, and does he or does he not need it? When it comes to Nisk, was it Nisk? Is that how I'm saying? N-I-S-K, Nisk. Hold on, I think I'm saying that right. If I'm saying that wrong, please. I think I'm saying that right. Nilisk. I think I'm saying that right. Nilisk, I think, please respect me. Respectfully, I apologize if I'm butchering your name. I don't mean to. I've been talking a lot. So excuse me if I'm fumbling the name. But when it comes to Bob Arum talking about Inoue Inoue coming to Vegas in 2025, it is great. It's phenomenal. Is it needed? Yes and no. It's not needed because, again, like you said, and like Franklin said, Inoue's already an established superstar. He's a megastar over in Asia, Japan, and on that side of Europe. Not in the whole of Europe, but in the Asian market, it's phenomenal. Making six figures just by fighting in the country alone. Selling out, I forget what's the name, I forget the name of the stadium, but that same stadium that he normally fights at, as well as the one that had Tyson versus Buster Douglas, in that upset victory, sold out every single which way. Never fails. He's a draw over there. Now, he came over here early. He's fought in the U.S. twice. But it was during the COVID era and a little bit after. So it wasn't really as prominent in terms of the big time spectacle that we normally see. But he has fought here twice. People are oblivious to that. But when you bring it up that he's fought over here already, people say, whatever. Which begs the question, well, why'd you bring up that marker anyway? He needs to fight over here. He fought over here. Now you say you don't care. That doesn't make any sense. But in terms of fighting in Vegas, he doesn't need to fight in Vegas because he's already a big star. But if we want to see him reach what is just legacy and just greatness is, as being rightfully so, the face of boxing, or one of the faces of boxing, because Canelo is the face of boxing. Let's get that straight right now. But as one of the big three faces of the sport, Vegas is a must. It is, due to the fact that everything, right, again, with Vegas, Wembley Stadium, and those types of venues, you make it there. That's when you get the world-renowned acclaim and respect beyond just the national level. That's when you get to those face of boxing perspectives. That's when you get to those face of boxing talks as to who is the biggest guy in this, who represents the sport as a whole, who deserves to be the most synonymous with boxing. If you get to Vegas, if you get to Wembley, if those types of venues, you sell those out, that's when you get the crossover casual and experts everybody gets to see what you can do. That's when that comes into play. So that's why it is necessary. It's not necessary for Inoue because he's good on his own. We get that. But it is necessary for the grander scale of making a star truly a star on a world level. I'm not trying to say that Inoue is not already a star. I'm not. But you know, if you've interacted with any people, you understand that you've seen that people discredit Inoue because they don't know who he is. They don't. They don't. Let's see. Let me see. Tank's next opponent, not really sure. Let's see. Hey, it's catching on. Let's build an empire. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for telling me. I'm doing a good job. I'm doing the best I can. I'm not trying to. Hopefully, I'm not boring you. Please. Prayerfully, I'm not boring anybody here. I want to make this as exciting as possible. And if you say it's time to go, hey, it's already been 3 hours, 16 minutes. Fully fine. We're saying it's time to go. I completely understand. If you got to go to work, do your job, whatever, feel free. Absolutely. But when it comes to building, hey, that's what we do. We're trying to build an empire, trying to build a monolith of a community that we can really grow and make something special out of. And also, hey, money don't hurt either. Hey, we can get this show sponsored. Oh man. Yeah, maybe the Zone, maybe Sportsbook, maybe ESPN. Who knows? Maybe the show will get on ESPN. I can pull Pat McAfee. We have this live stuff with guests coming through the door left, right, and center. We get interviews with Mike Tyson. We get interviews with Gervonta Tank Davis. We can grill Terrence Crawford on his deepest thoughts on the boxing regime. Who knows? We can get people like, I don't know, Tyson Fury, who would love to, all these big-time stars and personalities coming in on the show. Prayerfully, that's what we can make happen. But it's all thanks to you and your support. Oh, from India. Oh, wow. Wow. Love from India. My goodness. Thanks so much for the love. For real. Appreciate it. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support all the way from across the way. Thank you. This is, wow. This is new. Oh, this is new. Is this pride in my work? Dare I say, do I have a sense of fulfillment? I'm kidding. I ain't fulfilled. I'm just fine. I'm not. I don't want to make it seem like something else. It was just a joke. You're trying to be funny. I'm sorry. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm not in a depressive state. No, I have always been happy with what I'm doing. This is great. Thank you for the love. For real. I appreciate it so much. From India, from some people from Britain, sometimes have commented everywhere across the globe. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Whether you agree with me, whether you don't agree with me, as long as you're having fun and genuinely are having a good time, that's what we all about. That's what we all about right here. But real quick, piggybacking on the last thing with the Inoue needing another fighter. And again, answering your question, I think I already answered it. But Tank, as of right now, doesn't have another opponent. He was supposed to fight Lomachenko. He was gunning for Lomachenko. However, Lomachenko then took time off to be with his family. I can't remember if it was for personal reasons or just he wanted or needed a break to be able to be there as a father. Whatever the case may be, he's not fighting right now. And so who Tank is going to fight next, we currently don't know from what I can gather. If we do find out, trust and believe, you will hear it on our podcast or on my podcast, The Welch Report, right here on YouTube and every podcasting platform. When those updates do happen, we'll tell you all about it. And we'll break it down how the fight is, good or bad. And we'll give you all the ins and outs, everything I can garner. We'll tell it to you right then and there once we find out. But with Inoue, last point with Inoue and him being a star. When he comes to Vegas, understand this. If you are an Inoue fan, you want him coming to Vegas. It's not about whether he needs it or not. You want him coming here to America on that level of scale post-COVID. Again, he's been here twice. But you want him here post-COVID when all the fans can come and see. You want that. Because we already know that he's got the pool to come over there. Again, Fulton went over there to fight him because of the amount of money that he was pulling in over in Japan. No qualms. We get how big of a star he is. If he comes to Las Vegas, let's say hypothetically, he fights Figueroa, moves up to 130, fights Figueroa for the title in his first outing in Las Vegas at a sold-out arena. and he goes for a knockout of the year type win against, again, the same guy that Stephen Fulton struggled against on that grand of a scale, in that type of establishment, in that type of environment, my gosh, you're talking about a instant star is made. More than just an instant star. You're talking about a megastar. You're talking about money where he can make $6 million over there, and just for the fact that people will want him to come and fight here, he can make upwards of 10 to 12. He could make potentially a Tank Davis level of money here in the States, which will bolster his cachet over in Japan, which will bolster his cachet again over here in the States, being one of the most lucrative boxers in the world, all from one fight here in the States. Because whether we like it or not, again, you know me, and if you don't know me, on this channel we prioritize two things: quality of opponent, quality of fighter, and the legacy that you leave. Technical stuff and all that, we care about the fight. We have people, other people, they can get into the money, they can get into all the acclaim, they can get into all the cachet. I mean, we talk about cachet, yes, but they get in terms of the business aspect of it. Other channels are well more versed than me. I understand where my weaknesses are. They know what they know, absolutely. However, even with that being the case, when it comes to, even from a business perspective, this is a can't miss event to have Inoue coming over here. Manny Pacquiao, the biggest reason why he became one of the biggest stars, not just because of who he fought, but also once he got here to the States and fought in front of an American crowd, they went ballistic when he ended the career of Oscar De La Hoya. My gosh, I couldn't believe it. People couldn't believe it. Who is this brother? That's what people were asking. Who is this guy? How was he able to do this to one of the biggest stars of our era? Literally, one of the Americans' best stars. How could he do it? Who is this man? That's what happened. Whether we like it or not, the U.S. and Britain are the two people that help make or break what your vantage point or what people hold your good gosh. Hold on. Time out. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Got tongue tied. In the U.S., whether you like it or not, and I don't like it, but it's the truth, this is where you make or break what your status is as a boxer. Doesn't mean that you're better than everybody else, but in terms of a superstar level name, what are you and what is your perceived nature here in the States? Because it's a mecca. Again, boxing's got history, both in Britain and in the U.S. But in the U.S., it turned into prize fighting. That's where you had people, again, big mafia ties, whatever the case may be. Point still stands. We built it up to where if you want to make it anywhere and make the most money and have the most eyes on you, the U.S. is where it's at. And that's the truth. I'm not trying to disparage anybody. I'm saying that's what history has shown. The U.S. is where you make or break what you are. AJ, his first stint in the U.S. was supposed to be a coming out party for everybody to see about him in his career. He got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Became synonymous with one of the biggest upsets in history. It's talked about in America today. Do you know why? Not just because it is indeed one of the biggest upsets in boxing, but because it happened on U.S. soil. We in the States remember that. We couldn't believe it. It was ridiculous. And again, Tyson, Douglas, Japan, granted. Mike Tyson, though, that's a little bit different ordeal. AJ was running the world at one point as one of the faces of the sport. No problem there. But he was still, him coming to America was still a big deal. It was. It was huge. Mega. It's not because I want it to happen. It's because I want to see, or it's not because I don't respect the other places. No. Everybody has their own lineage and legacy in their respective countries in terms of why fighting there is so great. But when it comes to star power, the U.S., whether you like it or not, is one of the two big places in boxing where you have to get your name known if you want to reach that level of upper echelon face of boxing status. Canelo is featured on Super Bowl commercials. Canelo's featured on NBA commercials. Canelo's featured on Budweiser commercials. His cross-promotional appeal has reached every corner of the globe. And when it got to the U.S. specifically, it blew up to a level unfathomable, even with the backing of his home country, Mexico. So that's where we have to see with Inoue. Not because he needs it. No, he doesn't. But he's got to be able to, in front of a legitimately big crowd, in a legitimately fight town like Las Vegas. That's where you get your name known. And that's where most of the casual fans and even some experts deem you as, if you make it there, now you've arrived. It's like on New York. It's like a saying from New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. You make your name in New York, you make your name in the globe, you can take on the world. That's what that's literally what it's like for America. You come to America and you achieve there, you can take on the globe. You really can. Wilder was one of the biggest names in the world, and he only fought in the U.S., and he fought a bunch of bums for the majority of his career before he fought Tyson Fury. That's the truth. And he was still one of the biggest names in boxing, even across the pond. And he never stepped foot out of soil. And we know nowhere close to a talented fighter as somebody like Inoue. A bum of a fighter, technically. But his power was all-time great. But even then, he hadn't fought anybody outside of Luis Ortiz before Tyson Fury. Next thing you know, boom. Still is one of the biggest names in the sport at that point in time. Without leaving soil. And there were many people. Zhang was better than him. Joe Joyce, arguably. Well, now I'm not going to say Joe Joyce was better than him. Joe Joyce was on par with him. Daniel Dubois, an up-and-coming star. AJ was the biggest name in the sport, arguably, outside of Canelo. Yet still, who was right there with AJ? Deontay Wilder, in terms of recognized name appeal. And Wilder didn't step foot out of the U.S. He didn't. It's the truth. I don't like it, but that's the real deal. Inoue doesn't need America, but he does need America if he wants to get to the face of boxing level type stardom. It starts in Vegas, where you blow up. Whether you keep that, that's on you. But if you can make it to Vegas, that's when you turn into a dynamite level promotional asset, and outright you become, in everybody's eyes, oh, you fought in one of the biggest fight cities in the world, known for fights, and you performed and dominated, we'll give you your respect. That's how people are. That's what it'll come down to. Today, let's see, Andy here, let's see, hold on. Got a string, we got somebody say something. That's why I said today, Andy Hikiro was good. He has the potential to beat Valentine. You know what? He was. And he could beat him. He could definitely beat him. He could definitely beat him. And Hikiro, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm saying it wrong. I'm not trying to. I'm so sorry. Andy Hirakawa was good. Yes, he was. And there's potential. No, he could. Absolutely he was. Absolutely he was. Now, again, we were having some trouble with my stream on the fight, but no, he was definitely good. And he could be balanced with. Absolutely he could be balanced with. And I would need to study a little bit more of the two to see their issues and qualms in terms of what potentially is a bigger detriment that somebody could take advantage of. But no, he could definitely beat him. He could definitely be balanced with him. That would be a good fight. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I think he could do it. But But let's see, English is probably spoken or understood by half of the world. America's like a dream nation. Yeah, for a lot of people, it is. Now, again, I live here. It's great. At the same time, there's some bad stuff about it. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it real. Ain't everything. It's a land of opportunity, sure, but it's also sleazy. It's hard. This ain't me being not a patriot. No, I love my country. But if you love your country, you're able to call out what's wrong with it. That's what real patriotism is. You don't just love it blindly. No, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff great here. Absolutely. Oh, you make it here. It's a easy access to success for the rest of the globe. Absolutely. No, it is a dream. It's a blessing to live here, and if you can move here, it's phenomenal. I'm not a person that says this is better or worse than any other country, because I never like putting people down or up like that. No, we are blessed and fortunate as a nation. We have so many problems of our own, however. It is not even funny. But we are great. There is plenty of opportunity for people, if they come here, to achieve and be phenomenal. Hence why, as I stated, why fighting here for a lot of boxers is one of the biggest things to have. Because you got so many historical venues that are globally recognized. There's so many national venues. Thought something was going on my screen. Excuse me, sorry for the pause. So many national venues that are globally recognized as major historical points that are glamorized. Again, New York, Madison Square Garden. Las Vegas, the Vegas Strip, MGM Grand. You got a bunch. Dallas, Texas, Cowboys Stadium. See, it can seat upwards of 100,000 people. You could call it our Wembley Stadium in terms of acclaim and prestige, or these outright for the spectacle of what it represents. Closest thing to it that we got to Wembley. So, no, it's a land that people and boxers and fighters don't want to come here, because you get your name here. The promotional ability of promoters gets blown through the roof to be able to push you to even greater heights, to be able to achieve and make a lot of money, as well as you get opportunities for more titles. Because you prove yourself here, now you're seen as the kingdom come. Jared Anderson, one of the biggest reasons why he was so well known was because he fought out of the U.S. And he was seen as one of the great next American heavyweights, taking the place of Deontay Wilder. What happened when he fought against an actual top 10 contender, however? Got knocked out by Martin Bacoli. So, you control how good you actually are. And it'll come to light sooner or later, whether or not you actually are something worthwhile or not. However, the road to being able to be pushed as something of a real threat is more viable if you fight consistently in the States, due to the cachet and the promotional machine having a lot easier access to you to be able to push out and get you to be seen as a top contender, even if you're not. And if you are a legitimately top contender, boom, now you're seen as, oh, this man is actually good, or this woman is actually good. They're actually talented. Now, we can push you even further along and get you out there as a real marketable face and name that people need to see and fighters have to go through if they want to get to the same level of success as you. So it's again, other people understand the business side better than me, but that's in a nutshell why people want to come to America to fight. Why America is a necessary pit stop on every boxer's legacy. Not because it's necessary or you have to do it, but if you can make it there, it's the biggest platform possible. Because you fight in America, you get to go to places like Wembley Stadium. If you can make it in America, you can fight in Wembley without ever fighting in Britain previously. You see what I'm saying? That's why America is so important as a boxing mecca. Because we have prize fighting. that we have a history of in boxing. It's something that is old money. Old money with the old machine allows you to do a lot of stuff to push people forward. Vastly push them forward. When you got old money behind you and old connections behind you. Hence why America is so built on being a star maker for a lot of the world. You see, it's already become successful in India than the U.S. Now again, I don't live there. Granted, I can't say for certain. I'm always cautious to never speak on something that I'm not completely sure of. Again, I'll reiterate, we're blessed here in America to have a lot of different avenues, absolutely. But I have seen people from many different countries still be successful, though their circumstances may be different. Some better, some worse. And so wherever you may be, whoever you are, wherever you live, you can do stuff and you can make it despite your situation, even though it can seem dire. That is, it's again, I get it. It's harder to live out than it is. It's harder to say. It's easier to say, than it is to do. I completely understand. But it doesn't mean that it still isn't true for anybody, even for me. Again, life ain't been pretty and all sedity all my life. Even with me living in what many would deem as an incredible country. Oh no, I've got my own issues, problems, literal disabilities of my own that made life difficult, but you can still overcome. You can. You truly can. It is as impossible as stuff may seem. It is always possible if it starts with you. That's something that a lot of people may miss in their journey to being successful, journey to grandeur, whatever it may be. Whether it's in media, whether it's in sports, whether it's in life, whatever the case may be, whatever job, whatever facet, you can still make it and you can be successful. No matter, regardless of what you do, where you are, who you are, you have something about you that nobody else has. And because of that, you can be something that nobody else can be. You find that, you love that about yourself, and you refine that part about yourself, the sky is the limit for whatever you can do. Because you're you. No matter who you are, you're you. There's no other you but you. And since you're you, you can do things nobody else can do. You can do things better than other people. Even if somebody can't do it like you, they can't do it better than you because you're you. Your own zeal, your own zest, your own flair, whatever the case may be in whatever facet, you can make it happen because you are you. And you are built with success. You're born with success. You're shaped to be great. That's what you can be, regardless of your situation. So never let yourself see or see any situation as too bad or too dire. And this is for anybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is. In the live stream, not in the live stream, as life in general, you can make your own life spectacular. No matter how dire the situation or circumstances may be. Because life isn't fair. Trust me, it isn't. It isn't. Again, I can think how good I am at this, how perceived how good I am at this. I only got 5 people here, and I love y'all. Absolutely. And I'm grateful for all of you. Everybody here, no doubt in my mind, y'all have made this live stream incredibly phenomenal. But some will look at it as, you only got 5 people. I look at it as, hey, first stream, we got 5 people. We had 200 people click. We had 3 people stay, just about. We're making some progress. This is phenomenal. This is great. So the situation, there's always an ability to step up. There's always an ability to get and climb the ladder. You can, if you get knocked down, get back up in boxing sense. There's still rounds to go in the fight. And what happens in a fight, you adapt and learn. And you as a fighter can adapt and learn no matter what gets thrown your way. Because you got something in you that nobody else has. It's bigger than just raw talent. It's bigger than just skill. It is an integral engine inside you that will always, if you feed into it, and you let your inner will take hold, you'll never be able to not accomplish anything. Some people, they'll give up because stuff seems too hard. That doesn't have to be you. That you can be anything that you want to or need to be, because you have a fighter's instinct inside you. Even if you don't even know it, you got that in you. And whoever or whatever comes your way, you can take it. You can make it. Whether it's harder or easier, you can make it. Because the situation may be different, but the person is what makes that situation either a failure or a success. And again, I'm not saying everything's going to work out all hunky-dory. Life is life. But life is worth living when you don't give up. And because everybody here, even everybody in here, knowing you, I know y'all ain't going to give up. And because of that, there's nothing you have to worry about. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Exactly. Franklin, you are absolutely right. I couldn't put it better. I couldn't put it better. Everyone who made it in life is essential. If you're here today, you are essential. And because of that, you can go and make every day yours. Win the round. That's the biggest thing. Win the round. Every day is a round. We're going back to boxing. Every day is a round. Every day is a fight. You wake up, boom. You got to fight to get out of bed. You got to fight to take a bath. You got to fight to eat. You got to fight. You got to fight. And since you got to fight, guess what? You can win. Yes, you'll get knocked down. Yes, you'll get hurt. You'll get punched in the mouth. Oh, you'll be put bad. But you can win. Yes, you can. And the fight don't end until you die. That's the thing. It doesn't end until you die. And because of that, every day, you got an opportunity to win every round. And by the time it's time to end the fight, guess what? Your hand gets raised. So what did you do? You did not stop. You kept on adapting. You kept on jabbing. You kept on coming in on the inside. You kept on countering what life threw your way. You kept on pushing forward. And because of that, you were able, at the end of it all, to look back and say, everybody in life can look at you as the judge, quote unquote, and say, you accomplished it. Did exactly what you need to do. That's you. That's you. You can make it. You absolutely can make it. By your own will, your own strength, grace of God above, you can do it. Absolutely. But again, we're off our soapboxes. It is now almost 4-hour stream. My gosh. But we're going to wrap it up and we're going to end it here. I'm sorry for ranting. Didn't mean to go on that whole sentimental tangent. But again, it's necessary. Everybody needs to pick me up. And because of that, I'm always here to give you some words of encouragement and support. But again, with all that being said, oh yeah, this has been a live stream of the Welch Report with me, Jean-Luc Welch. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the show. My gosh, this was so much fun. I'm going to try to do this more often, not going to lie. This is great. If there's another fight y'all want me to do, we can do it. I'm going to try to get, if we can do live podcasts, try to get that going now with the success that this has on the show. But we still have more to cover. We'll have episodes of the podcast coming out this week. Well, I can't promise that they'll be live. I'm not going to lie. We're going to see if we can make it work. But still, and then we'll have clips of it cut out throughout the thing. Still got more sports to cover. Still got more fights to talk about. We will be back with another episode, I believe, this week. Get everybody, be safe. Have a good time. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day, excuse me. It's in the early morning. Enjoy your work. And hey, I'll see you all when we return. Peace and love. We are out of here. Yes, sir. First stream is complete. I'll catch y'all later. Peace and love. See y'all on the next podcast episode.